High School. This is your home for the classics. WKCS Knoxville.
This is WKCS.
Phillips back to pass, looking, throws it out here. Pass is going to be intercepted by Xavier Hawkins, and Hawkins is going to take this one to the house. Touchdown, Big Maroon.
The tradition continues.
3, 2, 1. It is finished. Wire to wire, 15-0. The Fulton Falcons are state champions.
Fulton football is on the air. It's time for Fulton football on your home of the Falcons since 1952, WKCS Radio. Stay tuned for exciting coverage of the six-time TSSAA state champion, Fulton Falcons, featuring the award-winning student-produced Fulton Countdown to Kickoff show and the play-by-play broadcast featuring the voice of the Falcons, Russell Mays. Now, let's go live to the stadium for another exciting evening of Fulton football on WKCS Knoxville.
And welcome into another exciting week of Fulton football. I'm Corbin Carver. Alongside me tonight, I've got Parker Hall and Jackson Powell. Fulton versus Farragut. Fulton 5-3 on the year. Farragut 3-5 on the year.
That's arguably the best 3-5 team in the state.
Yes, arguably the best subpar or sub-500 team in the state of Tennessee. Let's take a look at Farragut's schedule this year. They lost at Beach first week of the season, 20-7. Lost to West, 41-38. Lost to Maryville, 42-14. Oak Ridge, they got the win finally after three straight losses, set them at 1-3. Lost to Cleveland, 27-24. One against South Doyle, one against Hardin Valley, and then lost to Bradley Central last week in another 3-point affair there. So Farragut 3-5 on the year, arguably. Just looking at their schedule, a chance to be.
I mean, if you flip it, you've got 6-2. You're 3 possessions away from being 6-2 on the year and in the driver's seat.
Yeah. So.
And now you're fighting for contention.
Tonight is going to be a matchup of a playoff. You feel like Farragut fighting for their last spot in the playoffs. If they can manage to win next week versus Bearden, I believe we talked that there's going to be a 3-way tie between Cleveland, Bearden, and Farragut. So who do you roll out there is going to be the question. I don't know what the rules are, but Russell will know more about that. And Fulton fighting for the 3-4 spot in
Hopefully
their region.
Looking to go to the road to Elizabethton instead of Greenville
next week. So tonight you're looking at a matchup that who's going to be sharper to try and secure a spot in the playoffs next week. Fulton coming off of a huge win last week against Scott, 49-0 on the road. Marcellus Jackson rushed for 241 yards, 3 touchdowns, in his first start as Fulton's quarterback on the season. He's going to get his second start tonight here against Farragut. Rayshawn Jackson still unavailable for the Falcons. So with that being said, I mean, Parker, we talked about it in warm-ups. I think Rayshawn looks a lot sharper this week than what he did last week. He gets thrown in a situation last week where he has to sit there and question, is this the right decision? Am I doing this? Well, yeah, you did it completely right. You ran for 241 yards. I think you did everything right.
Well, I think just from a prep standpoint, they're a lot better off this week because last week they didn't know when they would have Rayshawn back, if they would have him back. Now we know they're still going to be without him. So they were able to put an entire week worth of prep into that situation. Last week it was kind of, okay, we need you to practice, and you're probably going to have to play some QB to, okay, now you're QB1 for the time being. So I think just having a different mentality when it comes to practice helped him out a little bit. You can see down there he looked a lot better in the form. It sort of looked more like a football throw as opposed to a baseball throw. Wasn't a whole lot of shot put. He was actually getting his hand over top of the ball. He was getting it in the pocket. There's a couple that were still a little off target, whether it be high or low. But still, he's young for a quarterback when it comes to experience. I think we'll see a better outing from him. I don't know if we'll see the rushing numbers because he did set us some school record numbers last week, but I do think he's going to look better in the passing game this week, though.
Yeah, Parker, I agree with you. We talked about it. Marcellus getting thrown into that QB position, very late in the season. But like I said last week, Marcellus is just one of those players. He's pure athlete. He does good at whatever you throw him at. And I got to give it to him. He came out and performed last week, so it's going to be fun to watch him tonight and see what he does tonight.
Fulton taking the field tonight. You're going to see 2 of the top 3 winningest football programs go head-to-head tonight. Farragut 475 wins. Fulton 470 wins in all time. This is the 10th meeting tonight. Fulton leads 8-1 against Farragut. So Fulton looking to pad more on that close gap between 2 and 3. Obviously, number 1 is Central. They've been around for 500 years, you feel like. But tonight...
They like to boast about the numbers of games they've won. Well, you've also been around for 100 years as opposed to where other schools have been around for about 50.
Yeah.
Right.
So Fulton tonight looking to inch closer on that gap against Farragut and clinch the number 2 spot. You feel like you're almost there. So Fulton, just a couple more years of winning, and they should be the second winningest program in history. Let's continue to look at the stats tonight on paper. I mean, if we go by a paper matchup, this is going to be a close game.
Yeah, this should be a close game all night long. Farragut does have the size of being a 6A team, but from a talent standpoint, if you look at it, both teams should be able to get it done just about anywhere.
Well, I say it every week, Parker. Fulton athletically should match up with any team in the state of Tennessee, you feel like.
It's just being able to last an entire 4 quarters with 30-some-odd guys is what the problem has been.
That has been the problem. But looking at the stats, let's see. Points per game, Fulton 29.9, Farragut 27.9. Fulton is only allowing 20.9. Farragut's giving up 26.9. And then yards per game, Fulton gains 327.4. Farragut 332.
Yeah, so like you said right there, if you look at it on tape, it's a pretty even match. One thing I think can kind of sway the game one way or the other. If you look at it right now in the season, Fulton right now is -6 in turnover margin. There's been a quarterback change since they're with Marcellus now instead of Rayshawn, since he's currently unavailable. Maybe that'll switch things up a little bit, whether it be, the amount of times you keep it on the ground as opposed to going in the air, because we did see, if you go back to Bearden, there was a couple picks that we would like to have had back. So you think quarterback play might change up that a little bit and take turnovers out of the equation?
Yeah, 22 turnovers on the year. No coach is going to be happy about that. Forcing 16, though, you're pretty happy about that. Fulton's just got to continue the defensive matchup, You get an opportunity tonight to come out here and try and inch closer in every gap. You feel like you're inching closer in the winningest football program gap, and now you need to inch closer in your turnover margin. So Fulton, a lot's got to be done tonight, but I feel like for sure this Fulton team has the fight to do it. We've seen it all year long. I mean, there's no reason. You're looking at the schedule here. Yeah, we've lost 3 games, but you lose to Anderson County, who's number 1 in your region. You lose to West, who's arguably number 1 in 5A, and you lose to South Doyle, who's number 2 in your region.
Yeah, and not to mention that, you're also losing to West. I mean, you could tell watching them on tape, they're top marks for a reason. Yeah, I mean, the talent they have on that team was just amazing.
West is going to have their hands full tonight, as I believe they're going to play Maryville. So
that's always a tough draw.
You're here at the end of the season. Hopefully West may be able to knock them off, but either way, tonight, I mean, Fulton just got to get it done. We look at the milestone victories for Coach Black. Last week, win number 100. This year, you feel like is the year of the Falcons. This team has had a lot of fight in them. You're going through a quarterback change over halfway through the year. You got a new leader on your offense. What can we get done? And that's got to be the mentality. What can we do to get this job done? You're facing another 6A school. The defense showed up last time in a 15-10 battle with Bearden. Mm-hmm. If your defense is there, let's put some points on the board. Fulton should look good tonight.
Yeah, and another thing, you're going to be short McDowell tonight, too. After losing him with Scott, we learned that he broke his collarbone in 2 places and dislocated his shoulder all in the same play. The play prior to him scoring that touchdown.
But in losing McDowell, you also got to think of somebody Fulton didn't have last week, which is Chenault.
That's true.
So Fulton gets Chenault back. So what questions now in the running game? Chenault's rushed for over 100 yards, and I want to say it's about 6 games this year.
Yeah, that's
5 games.
Yeah, and that's the big thing about having Chenault back. I mean, he adds that sort of, not necessarily an extra depth to your offense, but just another tool in the tool belt there. I mean, he's predictable. You know what he's going to do. If you see him with the ball, he's going to give you some hard running. So it's not like it's anything you can really spy or something you hide in the scheme. It's just something else you can go to, though. It's just another option. And having him back, that's one of the biggest things. Is it kind of opens it up a little bit.
Yeah.
as opposed to where if you're without him and McDowell, it's the Marmar show.
Yeah, and hey, last week the Marmar show worked. This week, I think Farragut, seeing the film on Marcellus, may have something drawn up. I mean, there's no doubt Marcellus is a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw the football, but last week I just don't think he had enough practice to be comfortable to throw the football.
You can tell he didn't have the confidence. He knew he could, but he didn't like trust himself in those situations of putting the ball 30 yards downfield.
But tonight, by far, in warm-ups, he's looked a million times better.
Yeah, definitely.
The ball's coming out on a line. It's coming out on a tight spiral. He's on top of it. He's not fighting the football, you feel like.
Yeah, the biggest thing I'd like to see in the game from him, improvement-wise, would be the placement of it. Yeah. Routes versus air is one thing in pregame, but when you're going up against a 6A defense, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how he can place those balls, whether it be the 50-50s, some back shoulder passes, or overthrowing his guys a little bit to let them create that separation.
As we are now set for kickoff here at Bob Black Field, I'm going to turn it over to the voice of the Falcons, Russell Mays.
Get the picture. There's going to be a lot of gray on the field tonight. Fulton dressed in gray jerseys with white numerals, white pants, and the maroon helmets. Farragut in white jerseys, navy blue numerals, trimmed in gray pants, and the silver helmets with the star on the side.
Like a Dallas game.
Reese Kinney set to kick it away for the Admirals. It's going to be a directional kick. It's going to take a bounce on the sideline and be picked up by Marcellus Jackson at the 16. Trying to cut across the field, trying to make an open field tackle. He breaks through a tackle. The football has come loose. There's a battle. I think he fell on it. Just running around. Farragut got a hand on it, knocked the football loose. And the Fulton Falcons will have it 1st and 10 at the 18 as Jackson was able to fall on it. Well, no telling the way this game is going to go tonight. From the standpoint, Fulton averaging 29.9 points per game. Farragut giving up 26.9. Farragut 3-5 on the year. Fulton 5-3. And both of these teams have a huge region game next week. So how much does that play into the situation as far as how these teams prepare? We'll wait and see. Fulton will open up with trips receivers, 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. Marcellus Jackson is the quarterback. Pressure on, flushed out, and he's going to be dumped from the backside. Getting through, Jack Alley, who's the leading tackler for the Farragut Admirals, had 13 tackles last week in the loss to Bradley Central, and there's the situation. Fulton's going to have to make him mobile in the pocket. He's not going to be able to stand there very long because you know Farragut's going to bring the pressure.
Well, and right there it was all routes on the receivers that just kind of developed way too late. You have a safety hanging off over here on the far side. Run a short route to Peebles right here.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. They fake the handoff. Jackson's going to keep it, runs right in the back of his blocker. Will get it up to about the 19-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage, and then he'll be pushed back. Had a hole for a moment, but he just ran up right the back of his blocker and did not have much room to go. So it'll be 3rd down, and it looks like they're going to spot it about 9 yards to go for the Falcons. Just underway on this first offensive possessions as the Falcons have run the football twice.
It'll be big for Marcellus' confidence right here to convert.
Twins receivers near side. Kyle, the wide receiver, far side. Jackson back to pass. They set up a screen, and he just bulleted through the hands of the intended receiver, Jerrison Gibson. Pass is incomplete. Falcons go 3 and out on their first offensive possession. And in the ball game to punt it away will be Daniel Perez. Not the way you want to start offensively. And looks like Fulton's going to give Farragut good field position.
Yeah, with a team like Farragut that plays in a lot of close games, you don't want to give them any sort of edge.
Kiesling and Corum. Corum's really the man to watch that makes it happen for the Admirals. Here's the snap. Perez gets it away. End over end kick that Corum is going to pick up on his own 49. Trying to get away, breaks through a tackle, far sideline, gets it down to the 40, breaks through another tackle, gets it down to the 35-yard line. Good return by Trace Corum. 6 foot, 165-pound senior, and Farragut's going to have great field position on their first possession of the game. And we will see who Farragut will stick in at quarterback. Their normal starter is Dawson Moore. He's been fighting through some injuries. Luke Johnson played a lot last week, and it looks like Moore is number 6, and that looks like who's in the ball game. They're going to throw near side. Dumps off, pass is complete, and a nice open field tackle made by Dre Peebles as they tried to dump it off near side to Elijah Gibbs, and Fulton got through and makes the tackle for a loss of 4 back to the 40-yard line.
Well, way to start defensively. Huge a huge negative play right there. Just keep pouring it on him right here. Get some good pressure on the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable.
Pistol set, 3 receivers far side for the quarterback, Moore. Moore fakes the handoff, is going to throw it to the back. Pass is complete, and another nice open field tackle made as the pass is complete down to Ben Reed, down to the 35-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 as Fulton sniffed it out. They faked the handoff and threw right. Pass is complete, 3rd and 9. Farragut quickly over the football. Going to try to snap it quickly on 3rd and 9. 9:30 remaining first quarter. And Fulton jumps off sides to make it a little bit easier for the Admirals.
Did exactly what Farragut wanted you to do. I think everybody in the stadium knew that was coming, and Fulton just makes a bonehead mistake there. You've got to be disciplined if you want to win this football game tonight.
So that'll make it 3rd and 4. It'll move the football down to the 30-yard line. Pistol set, 3 receivers near side. Fulton shows blitz. They hand off Gibbs, bouncing outside, and he will have the first down to the 26-yard line, is making the tackle as he goes over right side, as that'll be Will Sims.
You don't commit the penalty, and right there you get a huge stop on 3rd down to make Farragut make a decision on 4th. Instead, you give them 5 extra yards. All they need is to pick up 5, and they pick it up with ease.
1st and 10 at the Fulton 25. Handoff again. This is going to go to Gibbs, trying to bounce outside, and he will fall forward for a couple of yards as he gets it down to about the 22-yard line. Just kind of a stalemate at the line of scrimmage. Gibbs just patiently waited and bounced around the right side and falls forward for 3 yards down to the 22. Farragut's moving quickly. No score here in the first quarter, but Farragut in Fulton territory. 2nd down, 7. 2 receivers near side. Now Moore will look over to the sideline and get a new play call. He'll go under center. Now he steps back. Again, Gibbs is the running back for Farragut. They fake the handoff, looks to throw it. Hit as he throws, but he's got a man open, and it's Corum down the seam for a touchdown. Corum gets his 9th touchdown catch of the year. And with the play action, Corum slipped in behind, and the pass goes 22 yards for the touchdown, and Farragut's on the board first with 8:23 remaining in the first quarter.
It wasn't anything complicated, just a simple post route, and it worked. Beautiful.
Beautiful RPO, run pass option, and right there it worked to perfection.
Kenny to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. 8:23 remaining in the first quarter. Farragut's on the board first. Admirals 7, Fulton nothing. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Being a teenager is tough. There's the constant pressure to be liked.
Endless worrying about college.
Cyberbullying, high expectations, all the negativity.
There's no question. Being a teenager is tough. And what do Tennessee's teens do when they want to block out the noise and clear their heads?
We play!
Research shows that teenagers who participate in high school sports have lower stress levels, more confidence, and greater self-esteem. And then there's the biggest benefit of all.
High school sports are fun.
Not just fun.
They're a lot of fun.
Encourage your teenagers to participate in a sport or activity when they go to high school. They'll stress less and smile more. And they'll be laying the foundation for a happier, healthier future.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Farragut quickly on the board. Here's the kickoff by Kenny. Going to be fielded by Kyle. Coming near side, will get it past the 35-yard line as there was some miscommunication. There was like 3 Falcons in the area trying to make the catch. Finally, Antonio Kyle, the senior, comes away with it and carries it up to the 35-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds on the Fulton sideline.
You got to call for ball, and if someone calls for it, you got to back off. You got to respect the call. And right there, that could have turned into a disaster.
Fulton needs an offensive answer here. They went 3 and out on their first offensive possession. Marcellus Jackson is the quarterback, player of the week nominee from everybody that offers player of the week honors. Handoff goes to Chenault, slipping through. Chenault will be stood up as he gets it to the 38-yard line, not much more. As he tries the right side, bottom of the pile for the Admirals. Number 50, Bryce Fontenot. Fontenot, a 6 foot, 240-pound junior, 65th tackle of the year for him. Or Chenault didn't play last week, so that gives Fulton another weapon. Peebles along with Lewis, the wide receivers to the left. Now Gibson, the H-back, goes in motion. Fulton will have 3 people on that side. Quick pitch, far side, blasted. Oh, my goodness.
Untouched.
They pitched it to Chenault, and Jerome Brecken, the Admiral back, come off the edge and absolutely wiped out Davion Chenault just as soon as he caught the football.
Well, that's just the standard corner blitz there. They get the call. Gibby goes in motion across the far side. Corner creeps in, and there he is, meeting in the backfield because nobody put a hand on him.
Loss of 5 makes it 3rd down and 13 for the Falcons. Already trailing 7-0, not wanting to have to punt again. 2 receivers near side, 1 split to the far side. Marcellus Jackson in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, throws near side to Peebles. Peebles makes a man miss, and then they hold on. They grab him down basically by his shirt tail and stands him up as he gets it up to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3 as they went to the near side, and it will be 4th down. And this Fulton offense looks quite a bit different than it did last week.
Yeah, stagnant to say the least so far. Farragut just having an answer for anything they draw up.
And this is kind of the danger, kind of having this situation where you have to go with a new quarterback this late in the year. 4th down, Perez to punt it away. Gets the pass. High, short kick. As Kiesling comes up to make the catch in traffic, and he will catch it at the Farragut 41-yard line, and that's where the Admirals will take over 1st and 10, leading 7-0 in this football game with 6:20 remaining in the first quarter. And, guys, Fulton's going to have to find a way to stop the Farragut passing attack. That's really been Fulton's difficulty all year long defensively, has been stopping the pass.
Yeah, definitely the pass has been something they struggled with all year, and that's not getting any easier now with them being out Rayshawn for a second week.
Moore, 87 of 140 for almost 1,200 yards on the year, 12 touchdown passes. Wide receiver comes in motion. They fake the handoff. They throw to him. Here's the pass is going to be complete. A flag is down as Peebles was trying to get through to make the tackle as they dumped it off on the right side. And I think Farragut's going to be called for a hold that was able to spring the receiver through.
It's either a hold or a shove.
As a hold.
So first penalty coming up against the Admirals, and it will move the football back to the 33-yard line. And it'll make it 1st and 18 for Farragut.
Fulton's got to take advantage of this, though. You can't have any penalties to give Farragut any yards back. I wouldn't be shocked if they try a hard count or anything either.
1st and 18. And this is Johnson in at quarterback. Dumps it off right on the sideline. Pass is going to be complete up to the 44-yard line. As stepping out of bounds was Corum right on the sideline, and they get a lot of that yardage back. And it will be, but we have another flag down. Is this another hold against Farragut?
Yes.
And you said that there might have been a penalty on the touchdown.
Yeah, on the touchdown, I think that it's an RPO. Linemen don't know which option's coming. They get downfield. I think he was well within past 5 yards of the line of scrimmage or whatever you're allowed in high school. But I definitely think I saw a lineman downfield.
Well, that penalty moves the football back to the 18-yard line. 3 receivers near side, single back set for the quarterback Luke Johnson, who's a junior. Handoff is going to go to Shea. Schumann Shea. And he's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage. Vaughn with the tackle for the Falcons. And it's going to be 2nd down as they were trying to bust it. Seeing a lot of people. We've seen Gibbs run the ball. And then we've seen Shea come in. 86 carries for 465 yards on the year for him and 3 touchdowns. 2 receivers near side. Fulton shows blitz on 2nd and long. Handoff up the middle again. This is going to be Shea, and he'll get it up to the 20-yard line as he kept his legs pounding forward. So Farragut in deep yardage here has run the ball twice, and they're going to be facing a 3rd down.
No
31.
Penalties. Fulton cannot afford a penalty here.
3rd and 31 for the Admirals. 5 minutes remaining first quarter. Falcons down 7-0.
Again with a hard count.
Johnson looks over to the sideline. Steps up, barks out a play to his lineman. Claps his hands, asks for the football, drops back. Pressure on, flushed. Hit as he throws. The ball's hit up in the air and out of bounds. Pass is incomplete as the pressure came from the backside. Keenan Vaughn hit him right as he threw the football, and it just squirts away out of bounds. Pass is incomplete, and it will be 4th down. And that is a big stand by the Fulton defense, partially aided by several Farragut penalties.
We're out there seeing what Fulton's defense does best, is kind of making up for what offense can't get done.
Well, even with the 8 of penalties, Fulton only gave up 3 yards on that possession there to Farragut. So huge stand there by the defense.
4th and 31. Kenny's a great punter, averages 40 yards a punt. This one is high and short. It's going to take a bounce and roll right into the hands of Peebles, who picks it up and carries it up to the 48-yard line. So he maybe got an extra yard there, but he prevented the long bounce on the coverage kick by Reese Kenny. And Fulton here is going to have great field position at their own as they're going to mark it down right between the 48 and the 49. And the Falcons will have it 1st down and 10 yards to go. Actually, they mark it down at the 48.
We always round down.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Falcons trailing 7-0. Touchdown pass to Trace Corum, the difference so far. Marcellus Jackson is the quarterback, 2 receivers near side. An H-back Gibson split to the left, and Chenault the running back. Now Peebles goes in motion. They fake the sweep to him. Here's Jackson coming near side. Jackson breaks through a tackle and will step out of bounds as he gets it down close to the 45-yard line. They'll say he steps out of bounds at the 46, and that's going to be a gain of about 7 yards as Marcellus Jackson patiently waiting and goes over the right side.
And you see some success after Fulton did the misdirection. If you do the misdirection against a defense like this, they've got a 4-man front. Hopefully one of them will bite the wrong way, and right there, a nice pickup of 6 yards for Jackson.
Well, the thing that you have to like is you're getting the ball into the hands of your best athlete on every play. 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Gibson will be the H-back on the right side this time. Jackson's going to throw, has time, now flushed, looks to throw, breaks through a tackle, gets it to the 45, and will step out of bounds near 1st down yardage. Let's see where they stay. Steps out at the 41, and that scramble is going to be good enough for a 1st down. Farragut's got to be careful, because if you bring a lot of pressure and he gets through, he's going to have a lot of room to run with.
He's going to have a pretty good chunk if they can get by those first 4 guys.
Well, and not only that, right there, I think Fulton had a receiver that didn't run out for a route. One of the blocking backs was actually supposed to run a pattern there, and he ended up not running it.
Ball on the right hash mark. Fulton moving away from the school towards the new City of Knoxville safety building that's being built at the former site of St. Mary's Hospital. 2 receivers left side. Chenault the running back. Jackson back to pass. Pressure on. He's going to run. This time he's got some running room. Makes a cut down to the 30 and will be brought down at the 27. Holding on for dear life to make the tackle for Farragut was Brecken. As that time, Jackson waited and then took off, and he carries for a big 1st down for the Falcons down to the Admiral 27-yard line.
And like we said right there, I mean, you got 5 guys back in coverage. You give him enough time. By the time that pocket collapses, there's nobody between him and that secondary.
He's so quick with his decisions, too, on when he's going to run it. And right there, he doesn't wait for the pocket to collapse and run. He notices nobody's open, and they've got defenders draped on him, so I'm just going to take off.
2 receivers right side, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Chenault. Needs a block. Trying to get to the sideline. Runs over a tackler, stays up, and will get it down to the 22. As Farragut was right there to try to level a big hit, and Chenault just ran right over the top of the guy.
Well, I think
he's going to get about 6 yards.
I think that's payback from earlier when Brecken came in on the pitch, and I think Chenault said, "Hey, buddy, here I am.
He said, knock,
hit me
knock.
again."
Thank you, might have another.
Ball at the 22-yard line. Gain of 5 on the run by Chenault. As we're under the 3-minute mark remaining in the first quarter. Farragut leading 7-0, but the Falcons on the drive. 2 receivers left side. Jackson's going to throw. Has time. Dumps middle of the field. Pass is going to be intercepted. Intercepted. This is by Harmon, the middle linebacker, and he'll carry it up to the 25-yard line. He threw it in the middle. There was just a lot of traffic, and he dumped it off. And Harmon stepped in front of the pass and makes the interception.
If he didn't have him held on by the hips, he'd have made that catch.
I think it's PI.
All day long.
I mean, you can't grab it back out of the backfield and turn his hips. That's PI. That's textbook PI.
Right here.
Well, no flag was thrown as they were trying to go.
Hands on the shoulders, threw him off his route.
Went to Chenault down the middle of the field.
They didn't give him the option to catch the ball. I mean, that's textbook PI. That's missed call number 2.
So Farragut gets the first turnover of the game. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line after the interception. Single back set. Now one of the wide receivers goes in motion. That's Corum. They're going to dump it off to him near side. Breaks through a tackle, gets to the 35, to the 40, and will be pushed out of bounds, but there is a flag down. Flag down at the 25-yard line. Corum came all the way across the field. And they dumped it off to him, and then a flag was thrown. Coach Rob Black is having some words for one of the officials back down the field. I don't know exactly if he's wanting to. And the penalty is another hold against Farragut. So if they're going to get called for that every time, they're going to have to think about what they're doing here.
I'll tell you what they're doing. They're getting on the outside of the shoulder pads, trying to prevent the tacklers from going in to make a play. I mean, Fulton had that play in the backfield right there. Or a chance to, for a short gain at least. And then the hold helps him pick up 30 yards.
2:36 remaining in the first quarter. It'll be 1st and 21 after the penalty as the ball is spotted back at the 15. Single back set, 2 receivers far side. Johnson throws it out. Pass is going to be complete. This is to Kiesling, and he'll get it past the 20 up to about the 24-yard line. Zach Kiesling, 5'9", 160 senior, makes his 15th catch of the year, and Farragut gets quite a bit of that yardage back. It'll be 2nd and 11 as they get it to the 25. Farragut quickly over the football. Moore back in at quarterback. They'll go 3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Fulton stacks up the line of scrimmage. Farragut trying to go tempo. Now Moore looks to his right to the sideline. Running back adjusts. Over this 2nd down and 11 play. Handoff is going to go to Gibbs. And Gibbs breaks through a tackle and will get it past the 30 up to about the 33-yard line. Fulton had him on the right side, and then he cut back left.
Yeah, Gibbs just with the second effort right there breaking loose.
Fulton had him, and whenever they spun with the tackle, he just was able to break loose. So, and one thing I've noticed Farragut does is they get over the football quick, and then they audible.
So after the run by Gibbs makes it 3rd down. Here's Moore, going to dump it off. Pass is going to be complete for a 1st down and more as they dump it off to Reed on the right side. Just short passes, and Farragut overcomes the penalty. They will get a 1st down past the 40 up to the 43-yard line on the pass to Ben Reed. Farragut quickly back over the football. Farragut will definitely have the personnel advantage, so they want to go quick. Moore drops back, has plenty of time. Middle of the field, pass is going to be complete. And the pass is to Kiesling, but we have another flag thrown.
And the record for the latest hold call ever goes to.
And we may have another hold called against Farragut.
And it was. That was a major hold against Keenan Vaughn. I nearly saw his front side over here.
And another hold against the Admirals. I've never quite seen anything like this.
Well, you can't you can't turn a guy around.
You got to keep it in the steering wheel. You got to stay inside the shoulder pads.
The holds are there, so great job to the officiating crew so far at being able to see that. You know, most games they just let it go, but tonight it's something that the officiating crew is cracking down on.
Early, too.
4th penalty against the Admirals moves the football back to the 27-yard line. It's still 1st down. 3 receivers near side. Rolling out near side. Now they're going to throw it back across. Pass is going to be complete. And then being cut down is Elijah Gibbs. Nice play. Bill Anderson in the area on the tackle as they ran all the way left and then threw back right to Gibbs. And Gibbs is able to get a couple yards back as the clock rolls down under 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Farragut will not have to snap the football here unless they absolutely want to.
They're not going to. They're going to take this down, I think.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
Coach Buck Coatney will be recognized at the end of this quarter as Farragut will snap it. Handoff up the middle. Here's Gibbs with running room. And he will get it out past the 40 up to the 41. So Gibbs will have a 3rd down and 12 situation as the first quarter comes to a close. Farragut 7, Fulton nothing. Back in 60 seconds with the second quarter as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
On 3rd down, Moore drops back, and he's going to be dumped by Keenan Vaughn. The sack moves the football back to the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down for the Admirals, and here's Kenny into the ball game to punt it away. So another big stop by the Fulton defense. Here's the snap. Pressure on. End over end kick is going to be caught by Peebles. Fulton's going to go with the reverse near side. Farragut was ready, but now breaking tackles is Jackson, and he'll get it up to the 42-yard line. Nice return by Marcellus Jackson. The tackle is made by Alley, and Fulton will have good field position. Let's kick it down to the field where Steve Diggs has a very special guest.
Hey, I'm here with Buck Coatney. Buck, congratulations being inducted in Tennessee Hall of Fame, and appreciate you being here tonight.
Well, Steve, I appreciate it, and, it's an exciting time, and, it's a great honor for the Fulton community.
And, Buck, what was your best memory being here with Fulton?
Man, all the great players and the fans and the coaches and support staff like you, Steve.
Stay right here with us, Buck.
1st and 10 for the Falcons as they'll have it at their own 43. Here's Jackson right up the middle, and we'll get it past the 45, and a late flag thrown as he gets it up to about the 48-yard line. The middle of the Farragut defense with the tackle, big Corey Walker at the bottom of the pile, 6'1", 290-pound senior, but a flag was thrown late, and we're going to have a personal foul face mask against the Admirals.
Hey, Russell.
Go ahead.
And I'm still here with Buck, just real quick. The reason I'm down here on this sideline with this job is when Buck Coatney was coaching here, the reason that I'm on the sideline, tell him why I'm doing this, Buck.
Well, the reason was Adam got a little older and was became a little bit more efficient with the balls on the sideline. And honestly, Steve, the stadium used to have a lot more steps, and to keep me from having to go up to the press box after the game, that's when I think we gave you the mic on the sideline.
Now you know the reason.
Here's Jackson back to pass. Pass is going to be complete to Kyle at the 25, breaking through a tackle, and will step out of bounds as he gets down to the 21-yard line. Marcellus Jackson completes the pass to Antonio Kyle, and that'll be a 1st down for the Falcons. So certainly great to have Coach Buck Coatney back.
recognized for his induction into the TSSAA Hall of Fame this summer. Falcons over the football, trailing 7-0 here in the second quarter. Marcellus Jackson at quarterback, Chenault to his left. Jackson drops back, pressure on, has a hole, makes a man miss, and will be spun down as he gets it to the 8-yard line.
And that play right there, Russell, that's the one we were talking about earlier. When Farragut sends blitz, Fulton senses it. They do the quarterback draw up the middle, and right there, no linebackers in the area because they shot through the B gap. And right there, Marcellus able to pick up a first down and set Fulton up for a 1st and goal.
Yeah, the blitz right there creating his own rushing lane.
1st and goal for the Falcons at the Admiral 8-yard line. 2 receivers far side. Kyle's the wide receiver to the left. Jackson gets it, pitches it near side to Chenault. Here's Chenault 5 behind a tackler, goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Following Bill Anderson and Seth Vaughn, that is Davion Chenault on the quick pitch as he goes around the left end for the Falcon touchdown.
Chenault right there had 2 pretty good bodies right there giving them a lead.
Well, and great play calling the whole way down the field right there for Fulton. They didn't have one negative play. Everything went positive, and Fulton able to find pay dirt.
And some good-looking passes in the air, too.
Yeah.
Falcons an extra point away from tying it up. Perez to attempt out of the hold of Jackson. Good snap, pressure off the edge, and the kick by Perez is right down Woodland Avenue. 7-7, 10:03 remaining here in the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi. I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
Well, before I left my campsite, I was putting out my fire, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear showed up and hugged me?
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. He likes it when people correctly put out their campfires. He's pretty big on wildfire prevention. He's just letting you know you did good with a hug. He's a hugger.
I just got a bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
All right, I'm going to let you go now. I've got a lot of ranger stuff to do. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
7-7, all knotted up. Here's Perez to kick it away. Punches it down the field. It'll take a bounce at the 14 and skip right into the returner's hands. This is Kiesling getting to the outside and will step out of bounds as he gets it past the 30, right on the 34-yard line. So Farragut will have a nice return, and they will have good field position. So after that first drive in which they got the touchdown pass to Corum, Farragut both has been stymied a little bit by the Fulton defense, but also they have hurt their cause quite a bit with several holding penalties. And last time Fulton was able to get a sack to end the drive. 1st and 10 for the Admirals. Moore is the quarterback. Handoff up the middle is going to go to Shea, and he will wedge forward up past the 35 up to the 36. And he's going to get a good spot. They're going to spot him all the way up to the 38. Where was that official at last week in Neyland Stadium? For a former Farragut Admiral who needed half a yard and didn't get it.
You hate to see it.
2nd down and 6.
Oh, you hated to see it.
Yeah, you hated it. Apparently a lot of people hated to see it. 2nd down and 6. Delay. Here's the pass. Going to be deflected away and almost intercepted. Tried to go in the center of the field. The ball was pinballed around, and Dexter Lewis almost got a hand on it to intercept it as they were trying to get the ball to Corum. Corum is their big playmaker amongst the wide receivers. As we said, he had a huge night last week. 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 receiving in the heartbreaking loss to Bradley Central, who was ranked number 5 in the state in Class 6A. 3rd down upcoming for the Admirals. Pressure on, and he's going to be dumped. Hello, Keenan Vaughn.
Keenan Vaughn putting the brakes on him right there.
2nd consecutive 3rd down sack for Vaughn. Dumps Moore down at the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th and 14 And Reese Kinney will drop back into the ball game to punt it away for the Admirals.
Vaughn almost over pursued there, but he had a steel grip on that jersey when he ran by.
Huge player making huge play for the Fulton defense. Right there, Keenan Vaughn just comes in and gets the huge sack to give Fulton the ball back. That's the big thing. Fulton now with an opportunity and momentum to continue to add on.
Jackson and Peebles back deep to receive. They're going to punt it to Peebles. He'll catch it at the 32, trying to get to the near sideline. Won't be able to as he is blasted down by Ben Reed. Reed's just a sophomore, 6'1", 185. A big body, good coverage there by Farragut.
Well, the punts are high for Farragut, and that's what helps get coverage down the field. He's not out-kicking his coverage. He's kicking perfectly. I mean, they're catching the ball as Farragut's getting there.
Yeah, they're not very deep kicks, but like you said, they gives them plenty of time to get down there, which kind of counteracts for it.
Great coverage on the punt, but Fulton still will have pretty good field position at their own 33. 7-7 is our score. 8:30 remaining in the first half. Here from Bob Blackfield on a feels more like football type night. Nice cool temperature. Will be down in the 50s tonight. Jackson fakes a quick pitch, slips through a tackle, tries to cut back right, breaks through another tackle, and will do all that to get about 4 yards.
Hey, 4 yards per carry is pretty good in my book.
As he will be brought down as he gets it to the 38-yard line. Actually, that's going to be about 5 on the run by Marcellus Jackson. Faked the pitch and then ran back up the middle. Falcons taking their time here. 20 seconds on the play clock. 8 minutes remaining first half. 7-7 against Class 4A Fulton and Class 6A Farragut. The 10th meeting between the schools. Fulton leads the all-time series 8-1. Jackson again in the shotgun. 2 receivers far side. Fakes the handoff to Chenault. Fakes the pass. Rolled out. Pressure on. Steps up and is going to dump it off. Pass is going to be almost intercepted. Dangerously threw it back to the center of the field and almost making a diving interception. Griffin Mashburn as they were trying to get it to Antonio Kyle.
Got to be careful out there. Throwing across the back, the middle of the field is always dangerous.
There as a quarterback, I mean, I know it's high school football. Many kids are going to try and force a play. That's just the nature of being a player and wanting to win. But right there, you got to roll out and know you've got a receiver on the far sideline just airmailing. I mean, throw that ball out of bounds and leave no doubt that it's not intentional grounding because there's a receiver in the area.
3rd down, 5 yards to go from the 38. Fulton 3 receivers, right side of the formation, moving towards the scoreboard. Farragut with 4 down linemen. We have a whistle and a flag thrown on Fulton's side.
I think they're going to get one of the receivers for going early.
As the official tried to get his earpiece to work, it didn't work. Now he's going to have to run in and tell the head referee. And it will be a legal procedure against the Falcons.
Unless it was on the near side here that was just off frame.
Makes it 3rd down and 10.
No?
I'd see what it was. It was just a glitch almost in the play. The receivers left early before the center was able to snap the ball.
Oh.
But it was nearly perfect timing.
Costly penalty against the Falcons makes it 3rd and 10. Hayward and Kyle, the receivers to the near side. Lewis and Peebles to the far side. Jackson looks to throw. Pressure on. Fakes. Going to run. Trying to get to the sideline. 35. And will slip and fall as he gets it up to the 39-yard line. It's going to be about 4 yards short. And then the Falcons will be forced to punt it away with 7:17 remaining in the first half. Jackson just had to pull it down and go with it.
Yeah, smart play there, going for what you can get instead of trying to force something.
Fulton with 81 yards of total offense. Farragut with 62 so far. Tie ball game, 7-7 is the score. Perez to punt it away. Good snap, Perez. High, short kick is going to be fair caught. It's going to be hit, bounces around, and Corum finally falls on it. It was kind of like, you get it, you take it.
I don't want it, you want
it. And it hit his hand, and it bounced right back into it, or that would have been a muff punt.
Corum called for the fair catch, and then it's like he moved out of the way, and then the other guy that was trying to receive for Farragut dropped back behind him, and it just hit him in the chest off the bounce. So
it'll be 1st and 10 for the Admirals at the 28-yard line. Gibbs will be the running back. The quarterback will be Dawson Moore, the senior. Two receivers to the near side. They fake the handoff, running it. This is going to be Moore, and Moore will get about 5 yards up to the 32 on the quarterback keeper. Trying a little misdirection to keep the Fulton defense at home.
Yeah, you got to keep this Fulton defense honest, and so far that's just been the first rush for Moore tonight. Design run for him, I should say.
Fulton, 3-down lineman, linebacker walked up. Handoff, Gibbs near side. He is going to break through a tackle and then finally be driven backwards. He does not go down easily, but he's brought down. Cameron Stokes, Bill Anderson. It's going to be a loss of maybe 1 as he tried to go on the right side. Fulton stood him up, but Elijah Gibbs, 5'8", 165-pound junior, will not go down.
Someone want to tag SEC officiating, tell them that's what the stop of progress looks like?
Forward progress, yeah. 3rd and 6 for the Admirals.
No. They have to run it back for a touchdown, and then it's the stop of forward progress.
Oh, my bad. That's why you're the rules expert.
Yeah.
Farragut,
I was at that game, so.
Farragut, 2 of 6. What did you throw? 3 receivers, left side.
A golf ball.
Fulton stacks it up to blitz. They throw it out. Pass is going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of Corum as they tried the left side. Marcellus Jackson on the coverage led him a little bit too much. Corum could not haul it in, and the Admirals go 3 and out.
Probably in his best interest that Corum didn't catch there because Marcellus had his number.
Well, a game that I thought might be a shootout has turned into a defensive struggle.
A lot like the other 6A matchup we had earlier this year. I mean, Fulton's defense has obviously been battle-tested so far this year. They've came up huge. So I feel comfortable having it in our defense's hands, but we also got to score some points.
4th and 6. Kenny to punt it away. Booms this one. Going to drive Peebles back to the 30, and he's going to be hit right as he catches it, driven backwards, and then tries to get loose, and we got a flag down. Let's see what this is. And it was Peebles against about 5 Farragut defenders, and then a flag came in. If it's maybe a block in the back against Fulton. If it was,
maybe someone shoving the pile.
It was completely inconsequential because Peebles had nowhere to go. And again, that's the value of having a great punter. And there's a great tradition of
holding,
kicking for Farragut, and it is a block in the back against Fulton.
It was definitely inconsequential looking at the replay.
It'll move the football back to the 14-yard line. So the Falcons are going to be backed up here. 1st and 10 in a 7-7 football game. 5:08 remaining first half. Fast-moving first half, and they're going to have to get the chains back down the field.
Turns out you need those markers.
Come on, Sammy.
Get those set. Fulton. Trip set, 3 receivers near side. Jackson drops back, dumps it off, in and out of the hands of Peebles at the 15. It was well covered. Brecken was on the coverage. Peebles couldn't hold it in. Pass incomplete. Will bring up 2nd down 10 for the Falcons with 5:05 remaining in the second quarter. Both these teams have big games next week. A must-win for Farragut against Bearden if they have any hopes of making the playoffs. Fulton will have Carter in a game for playoff seeding. Handoff up the middle. This is Chenault with running room. Chenault breaks through near the sticks and is going to lunge forward. And let's see if he has a first down. Close to a first down, and they'll say it is. Davion Chenault, 10 yards on the right side. Good extra effort to get the yards needed for the first down.
And no need to measure. He's close enough.
Yeah.
Why measure? 1st and 10 for the Falcons up at the 24-yard line. Tie ball game, 7-7. Farragut scored first on a touchdown pass to Corum. And then Fulton answered with a touchdown run by Chenault. Double twin set, 4 wide receivers. Peebles comes in motion to the left across the formation. Fulton comes back up the middle to Chenault, and Davion's going to get it up to about the 30. Little more than 5 yards on the run by Chenault. And the Falcons keep moving the football forward exactly the way that you would want to. Big having him back in the lineup.
Yeah. Right now, just a good, slow, methodical drive.
Last week's starter at running back, Damian McDowell, suffered an injury, and we'll tell you more about that here in just a moment.
Well,
really an incredible story.
And for Fulton right now, that if you can bleed as much time off the clock, that's perfect.
2nd down 4. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Fakes the handoff to Chenault. Jackson's going to keep it. Jackson trying to get to the sideline. Jackson makes a cut. 45, 50, and will get it into Farragut territory as he will slide down at the 46-yard line. Marcellus Jackson on the scamper gets it into Farragut territory, and the Fulton first down.
Just a good old foot race right there.
And now Fulton definitely has to feel more comfortable calling plays. You're into Farragut territory with less than 3.5 minutes remaining here in this quarter, in the half. And Farragut's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Jackson, 8 carries for 50 yards on the night so far. 1st and 10 at the Farragut 46. Admirals show blitz. They give it to Chenault, left side. Chenault cuts it up, and will get it down inside the 40, down to the 36. And that's going to be close to another first down.
Corbin, I think you saw the same thing I did. Go ahead.
Yeah, that corner's creeping in on the far side. Farragut's done a good job at sending that corner in on a blitz, and right there, Jackson just makes the smart decision to hand it off, senses the blitz on the backside, and there's nobody over here.
1st and 10 at the 36. Farragut, 4 down linemen. They spread out the linebackers and defensive secondary in the shotgun. Jackson fakes the handoff up the middle. Here's Jackson off to the races. 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Big Maroon. Right up the middle. The quarterback, Marcellus Jackson, gives the Falcons a 36-yard touchdown run and a 13-7 lead.
Right there, it's like what we said. You bring all that pressure. Everybody's back in coverage. Once Marcellus gets past those first 2 guys, there's nothing there. It's nothing but green grass.
Just wide open up the middle. Almost a touch me not. Big touchdown run by Jackson. Here's the extra point attempt. Perez out of the hold of Marcellus Jackson. Snap, the kick is up, pressure off the edge, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 2:31 remaining first half. Fulton 14, Farragut 7. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Tennessee did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Falcons on the board after the touchdown run, 36 yards by Marcellus Jackson. Here's Perez to kick it away. Line drive kick down the field is going to be fielded by Davila. Cuts back and will get it past the 36 up to about the 38-yard line on the squib kick down the field. Well, scores of other games. Maryville leading West 21-0. Also, South Doyle in a game that we're watching closely, leading Carter in the first quarter 14-6. Central just went ahead of Halls 13-7.
Yeah, talk about a mess if Carter is able to win in the region. That would create a disaster.
1st and 10 for Farragut. This could be a 2-for-1 here as they will get the second half kickoff. Corum goes in motion. Handoff is going to go to Shee, and he's going to be stood up and dropped for no gain. As they went Corum left side across the formation, you know they're going to jet sweep with him eventually. As he said, he had 2 touchdown runs last week for the Admirals. 2nd down 9. It was a gain of 1. Fulton jumps. Gives them a free 5 yards. We'll move it up to the 44-yard line.
You got to watch the football. I mean, you're a lineman. The football's right in front of you. There's no excuse there.
You got the best seats in the house.
It'll be second down, 4 yards to go. Quarterback is Moore. He'll have 2 receivers to his left. Fakes the handoff, dumps it off. Pass is going to be complete. This is Kiesling breaking through a tackle and then will be cut down. Nice open field tackle going at the legs was Marcellus Jackson in Fulton territory at the 49-yard line. 1:41 remaining. Farragut will have 3 timeouts, and they have the ball in Fulton territory. The field goal's always in play for the Admirals. As we said, they're going to have an opportunity to have a 2-for-1 here as they move the chains. First down and 10. Now they'll go with a twin set near side. Fulton 3-down lineman. They walk the linebacker up. Back to pass. Has time. Middle of the field. To Corum. Makes the catch. Touchdown. Easy as you please. Beat the receiver, and he just races into the end zone for the touchdown. 49 yards, and Farragut gets an extra point away from tying it up. That's just too easy.
Yeah, way too easy right there.
Just on a slant, and he got by Chenault.
That's the same route they got us with last time on that first touchdown.
And they made it look so easy right there that it looks like that might be there all night. Second touchdown catch for Corum. And Kenny to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Farragut 14, Fulton 14. 1:13 remaining here in the first half. Farragut with a big answer. We'll take a 60-second break as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Tied at 14. Kenny to kick it away, and it's going to be fair caught as they win again with kind of the sky kick, making the catch Dexter Lewis at the 29-yard line. So Fulton's given up 2 touchdown passes to Corum. That one 49 yards, one earlier for 22, and both of them have looked incredibly easy.
Very easy. I mean, it just looks like if Farragut wants to throw the football, they're going to throw it. And that route has just worked to perfection.
So Fulton will have 1:13 and 3 timeouts here. They have the football at their own 29-yard line. First and 10 for quarterback Marcellus Jackson. The 3 timeouts will work both ways. Jackson, pump and go, is going to be flushed. Breaks through, gets to the outside. Gets it out past the 40 and will be spun down out of bounds as he gets it past the 43-yard line. And that scamper good enough for a first down. You would think if Farragut could have got a stop, they would try the timeout to get the ball back. But maybe that changes that strategy just a little bit with Jackson running it.
Maybe.
And smart move by Jackson to get out of bounds.
Coach
Black not having to use a timeout.
Jackson, 11 carries, 124 yards. Already over the 100-yard mark on the night. 3 receivers on the left side of the formation. 1 to the right. Jackson, quarterback draw. Center of the field. Breaks through a tackle. We'll have another first down. As somebody led with their head there as Jackson hit the ground. As Jackson scampers for another first down into Farragut territory at the 44-yard line.
Fulton's going to have to go. I mean, clock's running.
48 seconds left. You've got timeouts.
You've wasted 13, 14, 15.
And then a whistle, and Fulton's going to be called for a penalty after all that time. And they're going to be called for procedure.
I mean, you wasted
a lot.
Yeah, you wasted all that time, and then you got a penalty.
You wasted 16 seconds.
And now they'll start the clock back.
The time's just, I mean, you've got 3 timeouts.
3 receivers near side. They'll snap it with 34 seconds left. Jackson, the ball strips away from him. Breaks through a tackle, and then he's going to be dumped back. And now Farragut will ask for a timeout. This is going to be a big loss. And
almost took his
they
head off.
threw him down hard. And Jackson got up a little bit slowly. So now Farragut sees Fulton's going to have second down and super long here, as the loss is back to the 36-yard line. So they're going to try to force Fulton to punt it here. Fulton will still have 2 more plays here. Coach Black is out on the field discussing something with the official.
Missed face mask.
So the ball is back at the 36 as the snap was dropped. It bounced right into the hands of Jackson, but by the time that he picked it up, Farragut already had pursuit back there. He tried to slip away, and they just threw him down.
Well, I mean, it all starts with a snap. The quarterback's got to be able to field it cleanly. The center's got to get it there. The snap is the most crucial part. I mean, credit to the center there. It was there. Jackson just didn't get it. So
scoreboard's going to show second down and about 30.
Broadside, you got 2 shots at it.
As Farragut used their first timeout. 14-14 our score. Fulton, 3 receivers on the left side, the short side of the field. Jackson fakes the quick pitch, keeps it, has running room, bounces to the outside, now cuts it back, has about 25 of those yards back down to the 38-yard line. Marcellus Jackson, what a run. And now he's going to be slow to get up as Fulton uses a timeout. So Farragut probably wished that they had kept that timeout in their pocket, as Fulton's going to have a one more crack at it here on third down. Kind of gets you into an unusual situation here. You've got 15 seconds remaining in the half. You've got third down and 5.
Well, you got to think if Fulton can get close, they'll send Perez out for a field goal.
Well, but do you want to give Fulton another play on fourth down? If you can stop Fulton on third down and make it 4th and 5, do you want to call timeout and maybe force Fulton to punt, or do you?
After the pass outing they had there at the very end for that touchdown,
Yeah,
I don't.
It's why not?
I think it's a passing situation for Fulton. So I think your option is get the first down, or it's going to be incomplete.
Because if Fulton doesn't lose yards here, you'd think they would go for it on fourth down.
Oh yeah, I mean,
the question is, does Farragut want to play that fourth down play, or do they want to just go to halftime 14-14 and getting the ball coming out?
Yeah, I think it just is all going to depend. But for Fulton, they're just going to have to. You've got to get the first down on this play.
15 seconds remaining in the half in a tie ball game. Marcellus Jackson at quarterback.
There's nobody on this outside.
Double twin
here.
set. Jackson's going to try to throw it. Drops back. Has time. He's going to throw it deep. Pass is going to be overthrown and incomplete. Intended for Dexter Lewis.
He ran the wrong route. Jackson wanted him to go to back shoulder, and Lewis let the corner push him towards the inside of the field. You've got to keep running that route to the outside. You've got the corner beat over top. Let your quarterback make a throw.
Now a tough decision for Coach Eddie Courtney, or actually for Coach Rob Black. You've got it fourth down at the 39-yard line in Farragut territory. It's 4th and 5. There's 15 seconds on the play clock. Fulton's not in a hurry. I would think maybe you just call a timeout right here instead of taking the 5-yard penalty, as Fulton comes over the football with 5 seconds on the play clock. Or are you taking the penalty? No, they're going to snap it in time. Jackson back to pass. Pressure on. Rolls near side. 4 seconds left. Spins out of a tackle. Is going to throw it down here. Pass is going to be in and out of the hands of Peebles at the goal line. Oh, my goodness. But then Jackson was hit as he was thrown. And let's see if he can get up. He did. Somehow Jackson got that pass off. He was blasted as he threw it. And Peebles had a chance for it at the goal line, but it was batted away incomplete. And that's the end of the first half as Farragut will go to the halftime locker room in a 14-14 ball game.
Oh, huge credit there to Jackson. I mean, he's able to keep his eyes downfield and find a receiver in the area. It's just a great defensive play by Farragut to be able to locate the football and bat it away.
Here's Steve with Coach Rob Black.
Coach, what a great effort that first half and even the last play to take a shot in the end zone.
Yeah, we've executed some things, and then we've got beat on play action twice and stuff that we've seen them do. We just, they made a play and we didn't, but I'm encouraged with our first half. We got to come out and put another one together.
Yeah, other than 2 breakdowns on defense, that's it on the defensive side.
Yeah, again, we can't give up those big ones like that, and we just got to get better. We got to get better in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
That's Steve Diggs with head coach Rob Black, 14-14 at halftime as Fulton almost got one on the Hail Mary from Jackson. It was just batted away at the last second from Dre Peebles at the goal line. 14-14 is our halftime score here at Bob Black Field.
And welcome into your halftime show. I'm Corbin Carver. Alongside me, I've got Parker Hall. A great first half for Fulton. You got to put a feather in your cap on defense. You've had a pretty nice defensive showing besides the 2 busted plays.
Yeah, aside from 2 secondary breakdowns, it's been pretty good.
It continues to show that Fulton gets beat on the big play. It's something that we've seen all year. Fulton was a couple of 2 plays away from being right there in the Farragut or in the West game. And the 2 big plays put West up 31-14, you feel like. They jumped out to a 17-0 advantage early. And then those 2 touchdowns that boosted them to 17 got Fulton a big play. The big play against South Dole killed us. The big play against Anderson County coming out of halftime, it killed us this year. So Fulton has been killed on the big play in their losses this year. Hoping that this one can go the other way. You're right there in this game. It's a 14-14 game. You're going to get a new half of football to come out.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like you said, it's been the big plays that kills Fulton. If you look at this right now, Farragut did get 2 on the board, but if you look at those drives, the drives weren't that outstanding on Farragut's behalf. You had 2 big plays that capped it. I mean, they got down here, scored decorum in the end zone on that 1 pass in the crossing route, but they started off with a short field. It's not like they put together a long drive. And then over here, they just got beat on the 1 route. Other than that, they had been held to, I think it was, a 3rd and intermediate when they scored?
It was close to it.
So it's not like Fulton's just struggling defensively. It's just like you said, there's been those 2 plays you can count back to cover all of it.
Yeah, Fulton's definitely been a very good defensive team. I mean, even just looking at the stats. If you look at the stats for Fulton so far tonight, Farragut only has 121 yards of total offense. Fulton 181 total yards. Fulton averaging 7.5 yards per play. Passing is where Fulton has been killed. 98 yards of passing for Farragut. 19 for Fulton. 23 yards for Farragut on the ground. And 162 on the ground for Fulton. That's where Fulton's just made their money tonight. Running the football.
And that's how many yards on 2 completions, I believe, for Farragut?
98 yards on 8 completions.
On 8.
Fulton has 19 yards on 2 completions.
Yeah, we knew going into this Farragut would be an air raid team. However, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more of it. They've been kind of favoring the ground game a little bit. The air game's been successful, which has surprised me that they haven't gone to it more.
Marcellus Jackson leading the way for Fulton. 11 rushing attempts, 124 yards. Davion Chenault, 7 rushing attempts, 38 yards.
Yep, right there, Jackson showing right now. If he can scamper out of the pocket, he can almost guarantee you a first down.
And then Kyle, the leading receiver for Fulton, 1 reception, 16 yards. Peebles, 1 reception, 3 yards. Your scoring summary goes as follows. It was 8:23 left in the first quarter. The pass completed for Farragut. Corum finds the end zone. Farragut jumps out to a 7-0 lead. Davion Chenault ran for 8 yards right up the middle. That was a touchdown. Tied the game at 7. Marcellus Jackson, again, right up the middle on a fake. 36 yards. He found pay dirt. And then at the end, it was, again, more to Corum for 49 yards. That tied the game 14-14 with 1:13 left in the second. Fulton had to try and go 71 yards. They went about 30. And then they finally stalled out and went for the Hail Mary at the end of the half and could not get it completed.
It was right there, just one of those 50-50 balls, and Fulton didn't get that one.
So that has been the story for Fulton so far tonight. Anyways, that is your quick halftime show. We'll be back. We'll be right back in 2 minutes as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS 91.1 FM, Knoxville.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have anybody to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober.
Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We first opened about 10 years ago.
We're small, just a few of us, but it was exciting. I always dreamt of having my own business. It was kind of slow at first, but things started picking up. We had big plans, but in our wildest dreams, we never thought we'd have this much work. Yeah, with so many businesses caught off guard by the storm, Reed Waste Management has never been busier.
What will become of your business after a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Mike Rowe on the skills gap and how a student organization known as Skills USA is trying to fill it.
So the thing about Skills USA that's so cool, and the reason that my foundation has supported it for years, is that it's deliberately and intentionally focused on celebrating a skill. 3 million jobs right now exist in the trades and transportation and commerce. The skills gap is real. Training kids and getting them excited to do the jobs that exist ought to be job one. Skills USA does that in a big way. It's about excellence and competition and being good at what you do, and eventually, through all of that, learning who you are. Skills USA is working.
Learn more at microworks.com and skillsusa.org.
If an individual student athlete or team wins a high school state championship, it's an amazing thing. It's also just the icing on the cake. That's because young people in Tennessee who participate in education-based athletics are already winners. Studies show that win or lose, participation helps to impart skills they can use to enjoy greater success in other areas of their lives. School sports teach the benefits of teamwork, the value of self-motivation, and the importance of accountability. They also help to foster stronger work habits and higher levels of self-esteem. In other words, the true value of school sports can't be measured in terms of wins or losses. If an individual or team goes to state, it's an incredible accomplishment. But regardless of the outcome, today's student athletes are already destined to go far. School sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
From time to time, parents occasionally ask,
is it safe for my children to participate in high school sports?
A better question might be,
is it safe for my children not to participate in high school sports?
Statistics show that teenagers are likely to be healthier and stay healthier as adults if they play a sport in high school. Participating in a high school sport builds and maintains strong bones, muscles, and joints. High school athletes are also more likely to develop good eating habits. High school athletes not only have stronger bodies, their self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-discipline are strengthened too. So insightful parents aren't asking,
is it safe for my children to participate in high school sports?
Instead, they're asking,
hey, what time is the game tonight?
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Tennessee knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family-friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash.
I want to be a bike that races around the country.
When I grow up,
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch.
I want to be a skyscraper. I want to be
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
There are many sounds in your day-to-day life. There are sounds that wake you up. Sounds that make you smile. Sounds that energize you. And sounds that help you relax. But there are some sounds that can alert you to danger and can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you information about severe weather events, Amber Alerts, or other emergencies in your area. With critical information from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know, wherever you are. For more information, visit ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. That's right. They can help save lives by simply washing their hands. Just 20 seconds of thorough hand washing after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside can help fight against the dastardly spread of germs. Armed with only soap and water and hands, your superhero can protect you, your family, and everyone out there in America land. Amazing! Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
911, what is your emergency?
My kid shot himself.
All right, where's the wounds?
911, what's your emergency?
Please help, my son shot his brother. 911, what is your emergency? Okay. 911, please state your emergency.
Every day, 8 kids and teens are unintentionally killed or injured by loaded and unlocked guns.
It wasn't locked.
Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and End Family Fire.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I can't believe he found them.
He seems sorry.
We very clearly told him not to look up there.
I'm honestly impressed that he was able to do it.
Right? What, did he balance on that big chair? Or...
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll just know what his gifts are this year.
I really thought we had hidden them well.
If they can find their presents, they can find a gun.
911, what is your emergency?
Every day, 8 kids and teens are unintentionally killed or injured by loaded and unlocked guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and End Family Fire.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth. Step out of the car, please. I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Tennessee. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
welcome back to the campus of Fulton High School. We are moments away from second half action. Corbin, we're kind of looking at the postseason picture right now, and to say the least, it's a bit of a headache, isn't it? Trying to figure out the best route for this Fulton team to take, and let's just say there's two ways that are probable, and we're not sure which one's the better way to go.
I think a bit of a headache is an understatement. The situation is as follows for playoffs. If Fulton wins tonight and Carter wins tonight, we have a three-way tie for third place after this week. If Fulton wins next week, it creates a three-way tie for second place. Okay?
In region play.
In region play. But Fulton, if they look at it based off of overall record points, Fulton,
for the tiebreaker, which
if they win tonight and win next week, will finish the season 7-3 and be the 2 seed. Therefore, Fulton would play a home field playoff game. But second round, you face Greenville. You take the 3 seed. If you win tonight, win next week, Carter loses tonight, you take the 3 seed, and you're on the road against Elizabethton. Very beatable team. Second round, you maybe draw Anderson County.
There's more travel, but you think you have an easier road.
As we are set for second half action.
Fulton to kick it away. Farragut will have it first. Here's the kick by Perez. It's going to bounce down to the 10-yard line. Kiesling picks it up, runs the right, cuts back left, slips through, and is going to be decked as Perez was in there. That may have been him, along with Tavarier Allen. Knocks him down at the 30-yard line.
Always love when kickers get it on the hit.
Perez is not afraid.
May have been him. Russell, that was Perez just saying, hey, buddy, you look like you need some time cleared on your calendar.
that was Perez with a period. There's no question.
Yeah. Perez? No, that was him. He's down the field. I like to see that.
How often do you see the kicker dishing it out on the field?
Well, if you go back to watching the Colts in the 2000s, you get some Pat McAfee action.
Dawson Moore, the quarterback. They're going to go with a stack of 2 receivers on the far side. Handoff coming through. Gibbs with running room. Breaks through the first tackle, and he's going to get 9 on first down on the right side. Sims and Anderson with the tackle as a big run right side for the junior Elijah Gibbs. And now we have an injury.
Corbin, we're talking about the Carter South Doyle game. Right now, it looks like it's 20-21 in favor of South Doyle at the start of the second.
As shaken up is going to be Bill Anderson, and he'll be helped up. We want to say a very special congratulations to a 1965 graduate of Fulton High School, also recently inducted into the Fulton Wall of Fame. Reverend Gerald McGinnis of Park West Church is going to be awarded the Silver Star by the United States Army for his action in the Vietnam War. And that event is going to take place on Saturday, October 30th at 4 p.m. at the Park West Church, 7635 Middlebrook Pike. So congratulations to Reverend Gerald McGinnis, going to be awarded the Silver Star by the United States Army for his service in the Vietnam War. Second down 9 for the Admirals. Handoff is going to go to Gibbs, bounces out, and he's going to be hit and stopped short. Finally driven down. Boy, he does not go down easily. That is Cameron Stokes along with Keenan Vaughn in on the tackle.
He may not have a ton of big runs, but you got to give Gibbs this. He is real good at keeping those feet moving. Real hard to bring down.
And that's going to pay off eventually.
Yeah.
You have to feel like that he's going to slip through. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Stack of receivers lined up behind each other near side. 2 of them. Hard count by Moore. Just underway in the second half in a 14-14 ball game on a quiet night at Bob Black Field. Very small crowd. 3rd down. They hand off right side. Gibbs gets through, stood up at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to have enough up to the 41 to get the first down. Cameron Stokes again with the tackle. So a fresh set of downs for the Admirals as they'll spot it down at the 43, 1st and 10. So a little bit different look with this stack of receivers lined up behind each other on the near side. Handoff is going to go to Gibbs again. Runs over a tackler, and this time he'll have 8 yards into Fulton territory down to the 49-yard line. Bill Anderson along with Antonio Kyle with the tackle.
Well, Farragut didn't have a lot of success running the football earlier in this football game so far. Right out of the second half, right out of halftime, that's all they've done.
Yeah, they only had at halftime 12 carries for 23 yards. Handoff again, hit and dropped. Oh my goodness, what a hit! by Seth Vaughn. As they gave it to Gibbs again, and Seth was ready. That's going to be about the toughest yard Gibbs has ever earned, as they'll spot it down to the 48, and it will be another 3rd and 1 situation for the Admirals. Quickly over the football. Now traditional Twins formation near side. Tight end Reed comes in motion. As they snap it, the quarterback's going to keep it. Moore has the first down, and he'll slide down at the 40-yard line.
Almost like a twist down.
Yeah. Faked it, just kept it through the middle. First down for the Admirals. Driving it. Seth Vaughn's going to have to come out of the game for a moment. Verlin Cash checks in as one of the defensive tackles. 1st and 10, Admirals at the 40. On the drive here to open up the second half. They give it again. Gibbs hit, falls forward for 4 yards. Was hit initially by Jerrison Gibson and then crashes over the left side.
Fulton may have to stack the box a little bit better and try and send in a blitz right now. That may also be what Farragut's wanting you to do and try and get an RPO right here.
You know they're going to try to lull Fulton to sleep. Reed in motion again. Fake the handoff. They throw out Kiesling far side, trying to cut back to the middle, and he's going to be brought down by Peebles and also Dexter Lewis. Going to be about a 2-yard loss and bring up 3rd down and 8 for Farragut.
Well, right there, just what I called an RPO. They fake the handoff. They go outside on the bubble route, and Peebles, just great defense and didn't get crossed up. Let Dexter Lewis come in and help him make the tackle.
On 3rd and 8, it may be Corum time. He's the wide receiver on the right side of the formation. 3rd and 8. Moore is going to keep it, and he's going to be cut down. Cameron Stokes drops him back at the 39, and it'll be 4th down for the Admirals.
Cam Stokes checked out for a play or two there, but he was quick to get himself back in the mix.
Big stop by the Fulton defense to bow their neck here, and it appears that Farragut is going to drop Kenny into the ball game to punt it away. Normally this is where we see teams go for it, as Marcellus Jackson will be back deep to receive, but with a great punter like Kenny, they're going to try to pin Fulton back and play defense.
Well, always be careful with a fake as well.
4th and 9. Kenny gets it, kicks it away. High short kick towards the sideline. Going to take a bounce, and it's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. Oh, just needed a little more touch. Good job by Kenny, but Fulton, not only do they get a good stop, they do get the touchback on the punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line in a 14-14 game with 7:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And, guys, how big was that for the Fulton defense to get a stop on the first drive?
Well, you know, you felt like Farragut was putting together a nice drive. Fulton finally stops them out. And they forced the punt, but credit to Marcellus Jackson on the punt. He sells where the ball's going.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. He really sold it and bought the extra time.
It goes 20 yards over his head. All of Farragut's around Marcellus waiting on him to catch it, and he never did.
Let's see what adjustments Fulton makes offensively. 2 receivers to the left. Jackson fakes the pitch, cuts back near side, has a little bit of a seam, and will get it up to the 29-yard line.
Just a hair short of 1st down yardage.
As with the tackle for the Admirals will be Garrett Van Acker, a senior. Farragut's pretty big along that defensive front.
Yeah, and it was the same play that they tried to run early in the game where Brecken came in and cleared Chenault out and stopped him for a loss. Instead, Marcellus has started faking that pitch and going right up the middle, using Farragut's pressure against him.
2nd down and 1. Peebles will be in the slot on the far side. Lewis to the outside. Farragut walks up, shows blitz. Single back set. Jackson's going to throw just a little hitch route to the near side. The pass is complete. Stepping through and getting as much yardage as he can is going to be Antonio Kyle on the hitch route. Pass is complete. He's spun down by the cornerback, John Duncan. But that pass and catch, good enough for a Falcon 1st and 10.
Oh, that's got to be what Fulton does on this drive. Just keep the ball moving in positive territory. You can't have any huge blow-ups here. Just keep it moving, whether it's 3 or 4 yards.
Just something positive every time.
Something each play.
1st and 10 from the 38. 2 receivers far side. They give it to Chenault. Chenault needs a block, gets through. Here's Chenault at the 50. They're trying to pull him down from the backside. He breaks through, and stays up and will step out of bounds in Farragut territory at the 40-yard line.
I tell you what, another yard worth the sideline, he's been gone.
You know, or you pick up 22 yards on each play. Whatever works. I mean,
hey, 22 is positive.
Like
22
I said,
is positive.
anything positive. And right there, he just outdoes me. I said 4 to 5, just keep the chains moving. Instead, he wants to bust one loose for me.
Good hard running by Davion Chenault gives the Falcons a 1st and 10.
He doesn't want you to set the bar too low.
Ball at the Farragut 40-yard line. Chenault the single back, Gibson the H-back. Up the middle, here's Chenault, 35, 30. Stays up and will be driven down as he gets it to the 25-yard line. Brought down by a host of white shirts, including the free safety Simon Sharp. But that is another first down for the Falcons on the run by Davion Chenault down to the 24-yard line.
Well,
you'll get your 4 or 5 yards here in a minute.
Yeah, Fulton's found a huge hole right now in the Farragut defense running the football. Something Fulton's relied on early, but it's been out of the hands out of the legs of Marcellus Jackson.
2 receivers, left side of the formation. Fulton moving to your right. They give it to Chenault again. Big hole up the middle. And he'll get nice yardage down inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line.
And that was just Walker right there. 6'1", 290 pounds.
Big old boy.
He's a big man to have to move.
Yeah, Farragut is really big on this defensive front.
And now he can't get his cleat on. Yeah, we've talked about that, Parker, me and you earlier today. Farragut's going to match up very well, even if not better, in the front. Yeah. They've got some good size up front, both ways.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Jackson's going to keep it, trying to get to the sideline, gets a block, but a flag is down. Takes a big hit as he gets down to the 9. They faked to Chenault up the middle, and then Jackson came around the right side, and it appears Fulton may have gotten a hold, and they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the head jerk.
There's a joke there, but I'm not going to say it. Down the ball, the flag's thrown at the 19-yard line.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I'll let you think about what that joke might have been. Speaking of head jerk. And the penalty will be 10 yards against the Falcons, back to the 29-yard line.
You couldn't be talking about Kiffin, could you?
I mean, Joey Freshwater.
So a timeout, as I believe we have a player shaken up for Farragut.
Here on the near sideline.
Yeah, right on the sideline. This drive started at the 20-yard line. Fulton has driven it, was at the 19, back to the 29. It'll be 2nd down 15. We'll remind you next week the Falcons will be at home for senior night against the Carter Hornets in what will be a huge football game with not playoff implications, but playoff seeding implications on the line. We hope that really we're going to ask you if you can be here in person, please be here in person, because we know that Carter is going to bring a tremendous crowd. They really support their team extremely well.
And Russell, they've had such an amazing year so far. I mean, Carter,
they were hit or miss there at the beginning, but I think they finally found their groove.
Duncan is the shaken-up player for the Farragut Admirals. John Duncan, 5'10", 155-pound junior, and he will go across the field. But Carter's going to bring a big crowd, and really it's very, and I'm just going to be frank and say, the crowds at Fulton home games this year have been extremely disappointing. It's a very sparse crowd. There's not a lot of folks from Farragut here tonight.
It's a nice, small crowd all around.
I mean, it's a great night for football. A little bit chilly, but traditionally what you would think. And really, the money that's made from tickets sold at the gate is what funds the program. So if you want Fulton to have new uniforms, you need to be at the ball game. If you want them to be able to eat pregame meal, you need to be at the ball game. After the timeout, 2nd down 15. Here's Jackson fakes, keeps it, slips through. 20, breaks through a tackle. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. Touchdown. How did he do it? Marcellus Jackson slipping through for the touchdown from 29 yards out after the penalty. And Fulton retakes the lead with 4:48 remaining in the third quarter. It's 20-14.
That was just a nice play there by Jackson, doing it with his legs. and still outshowing me. I mean, heck, these are runs for 28-plus yards right now.
Extra point, extremely critical. You know Farragut's going to make theirs. Perez out of the hole to Jackson. Good snap. The kick is up by Perez, and as soon as we said it, he missed it. Wide left.
Every time.
So the extra point is no good. So now you're in a little bit of a pickle here. If you give up a touchdown, you're going to be behind. 4:48 remaining in the third. Fulton 20, Farragut 14. Back in 60 seconds as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Everybody buckle up. Bum, 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 bum. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Everybody buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Here's the kickoff. The receiver, Lockhart, put a hand up for a fair catch and then carried it up the field up to the 40-yard line. I saw that. He put his hands up as if to make a fair catch on the kick and then took off running, and the officials didn't see it.
Well, for an officiating crew that was so well in the first half, they've fallen apart here in the second half.
And the head referee looks at Coach Black and says,
"My bad."
He can't see, Russell.
Yep.
So it appears he did a circular motion instead of a side-to-side motion is what I'm seeing.
Wax on, wax off.
1st and 10 from the 40. Good field position for the Admirals, down by 6. Handoff. It's going to go to Shee, and Shee will get it up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on first down. Well, that's about a 20-yard spread there for Farragut on that kick return.
Yeah, I mean, he caught that down at like the 19.
Nonetheless, it'll be second down 5 for the Admirals at their own 45-yard line. High snap, they pull it down. Shea will try right side, and he's going to be tripped up. Dives forward, gets a beautiful spot up to the 46. How he got a yard out of that, I'm not quite sure. 3rd down and 4 yards to go for the Admirals. Farragut quickly over the football. They've got that stack of 2 receivers on the right side. H-back on the right side, running back on the right side, 1 receiver on the left. Moore looks to the sideline, gets a fresh play call. 3rd and 4 with 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. Fulton 20, Farragut 14. He's going to throw it, back to pass, pressure on, and he's going to be blasted. Seth Vaughn again. Actually, that was Keenan Vaughn. 55, Keenan Vaughn blasts him down.
Hot dang.
It's a great play by Keenan Vaughn. Every time Fulton's needed a major stop, he's been there to help on the defensive side, able to get pressure. Russell, we talked earlier, Fulton not very disruptive in some pass games. And so far tonight on 3 key 3rd downs, Keenan Vaughn has been very disruptive.
Loss all the way back to the Farragut 40. Farragut does not have the right personnel out on the field. It'll be 4th and 20, or actually 4th and 10. Kenny to punt it away. Gets the snap, drives this one back. Peebles is going to let it bounce, and it's going to be touchdown by Farragut at about the 13-yard line. That's just a nice driving punt. He is such a weapon. Reese Kenny, 5'11", 165 junior, came into this ball game averaging 40 yards a punt.
It was a dangerous kick right there. It bounced backwards.
Yeah, it was a missile. That's the way you want to punt him. So here's the situation. Fulton up by 6. But they'll have the football backed up at their own 14-yard line. 2:41 remaining in the third. Fulton leading by 6. And like we said at Bearden, another 6A school, this game feels like one where the next touchdown is going to be the difference.
Yeah, except in that game, the next touchdown was in the second quarter.
Yeah, the next touchdown that we predicted never came. 2 receivers, far side. Jackson at quarterback. Handoff goes to Chenault, near side with a lead blocker. Pancake block, and a flag is down. Oh, my goodness.
Flag on the pancake block.
Oh, no.
Unnecessary roughness playing football.
That is the most textbook block by Seth Vaughn. Well,
I don't think they got Seth. I think they got Holbrook there. But he let go of his block. He felt that he was going, but he let go.
So we've got a cramp on the sideline. And the bad news is the holding penalty moves Fulton back to the 7. Boy, Seth Vaughn had the pancake block of a lifetime, and about the time the guy hit the ground is when the flag was thrown.
Yeah.
So,
I think
you said it
looks like it might have been Holbrook. He let go, but it's right there where it could go either way.
And I think it's whenever he throws his hands up like he's trying to surrender.
The bad news for Fulton, the injury, the man down's Antonio Kyle, who's been such a key player for the Falcons this year. Was banged up a little earlier in this year at Anderson County. We'll try to get a report from Steve to see if he can maybe get back in the ballgame. But that takes one of your wide receivers away. 1st and 16 after the penalty. Ball is at the 7 in Fulton territory. They fake the handoff. Jackson's going to throw it deep. Looking for Ja Hayward. Got it! Oh, what a catch by Ja Hayward!
Right in the bread basket.
Up at the 47-yard line. The transfer from DeLand, Florida, pays off with a big catch down the near sideline. And how happy I am for that young man to make a big play in that situation.
Well, I think I'll take the hold back to the 7 for a 40-yard pickup, okay?
Sure.
That's a huge play there by Hayward. He keeps his eyes on it, tracks it the whole way through, bobbled it, maintained possession, and hit the ground.
Beautiful throw by Jackson. Great catch by Hayward. 1st and 10 near midfield. Handoff. Chenault's in trouble, and he's going to trip and fall and be knocked down at the 42-yard line. Actually, they'll mark it back to the 41.
Like right there, Seth just got double-teamed and never had a chance.
The big tackle, Walker, brought him down. 2:09 remaining third quarter. Fulton 20, Farragut 14. Fulton lost 6 there. It's 2nd down, 16. Hayward's the wide receiver to the near side. 2 to the far side, left side of the formation for the Falcons. Out of the shotgun. Low snap. They pitch it out to Chenault, and Chenault will cut his way up to about the 45. Looks like maybe the 40. They give him up to the 45. So it's going to be 3rd down and 12 here for Fulton.
Russell will report on Antonio Kyle, just a cramp right now, trying to get that worked out.
All right.
Good deal.
That's definitely good news, as Fulton looks like they're going to ask for a timeout here. This is a big play in this situation. 3rd down and 12.
After that huge momentum play.
Yeah, and you got to try to hit a couple of chunk plays in a row there to get the momentum going your way. But a great catch by Hayward to get Fulton off the goal line no matter what. 141 remaining in the third quarter. Fulton 20, Farragut 14. Fulton looking for win number 6 on the year and looking for their 7th consecutive win all-time against Farragut. Fulton coached by Rob Black, a career record of 100 wins and 35 losses. Farragut coached by Eddie Courtney, a graduate of Fulton High School, a record of 188 wins, 110 losses. Of course, the Admirals, not too long ago, won a Class 5A state championship. And Coach Courtney has done such an incredible job with that program at Farragut after taking over for Buddy Fisher, who was the longtime head coach of the Farragut Admirals, and was so glad to see him win a state championship. Because he has had to fight through a couple of health scares the last couple of years, but Coach Courtney just keeps going on, and we're glad to see him out on the field tonight. 3rd down and 12, a big one here for the Falcons. Here's Jackson. Back to pass, looks to run. bounces out and will be slung down for no gain. Tracking him down was Alley. Alley makes the tackle, no gain, down at the 45, and Perez will be in to punt it away.
Fulton right here has to be good on the coverage.
Couple of big plays there by the Farragut defense. They threw Chenault for a loss, and then no gain there from on the run by Marcellus Jackson, and that's been rare tonight. Fulton's got to make sure they've got all the right people out on the field for the punt. You don't want to burn another timeout. We'll get Bill Anderson on late. Under a minute remaining in the third. Fulton up by 6. Good snap to Perez. Kick away, low kick, floats, and it's going to be caught by Corum on the run. Corum, 45, down the near sideline. A flag is down back here
Back to the original line.
As Corum will get it into Fulton territory. As it was a short punt, and he was able to catch it on the run down the near sideline. And this penalty will be huge, because Farragut will have great field position if the penalty's against Fulton.
And it is.
Indications against Fulton. So they'll get 10 from the end of the run here.
Farragut starting with a very short field.
And the question is, I couldn't tell if that was a block in the back or a hold that he called, but how do you get that
far upfield?
Yeah. And when you're covering the kick. So the ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Admirals in Fulton territory at the 37. Farragut trailing 20-14. Back to pass. Pressure on. Steps up. Is able to throw. It's got a man down there. Overthrown and incomplete.
They had
Corum open. He just overthrew it as he stepped up in the pocket. Pass is incomplete, and that's a loud incompletion. Corum trying to get his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
Yeah, Fulton just missed communication between safety and corner, and they got crossed up on who was guarding who. Luckily, Moore overthrew it, and Corum could not come down with the completion.
Well, any breakdown at this point is going to be critical. 2nd down. Tight end goes in motion. They've got that stack. Handoff is going to go to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to be thrown back by Seth Vaughn. He got a gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 9. Clock rolling down, under 20 seconds left, and that may be the last play if Farragut so chooses here. But why not jump over it and try to get something quick here with Fulton not thinking they're going to run a play. 10 seconds on the clock. Farragut looks like they're going to try to go for it, or at least maybe try to get Fulton to jump. 3rd down, 9, Moore. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and the clock will roll down to 0, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Through 3 quarters here at Bob Black Field, Fulton 20, Farragut 14. A huge 3rd down upcoming. As let's go down to the sideline, Steve Diggs has Fulton principal Seth Smith.
Yeah, we're here for a Falcon Nation report. First of all, we had 2 legends honored here tonight.
It's a special night to honor Coach Coatney and Coach Black, 2 guys that have meant so much to this school, this community, and this city. Just great men.
Fulton High School, as I understand, has been identified as the first cohort for the Ford Next Generation Learning model. Can you tell us more about that?
I can. We are one of 8 high schools that are partnering with Ford Next Generation Learning, providing real-world experiences and opportunities for our kids. Excited for pathways and programs that will really set them up for success in the future and make them college and career ready.
And coming back off of fall break, just transitioning back to this week, how's the week been for the Falcons?
The kids have been great. We're excited to be back. Just looking forward to the rest of the semester.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Smith.
Go Falcons.
All right, that's Steve Diggs with Seth Smith down on the sideline with an update on things going on here at Fulton as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Fulton leading 20-14 here at Bob Black Field.
So do we got a Ford sponsorship now or something?
Yes. And it's
Does that mean we get an official WKCS vehicle?
No.
Yeah.
And 3rd down, 9 as we open up the 4th quarter. Farragut needs to get it. Farragut needs to get it to the 27. Moore back to pass. Middle of the field pass is going to be complete, but short. as they went on the slant to Corum. He'll get it down to about the 29.
That's a great
So it's going to be 4th and 2.
A short 2.
And I think you have to go for it here if you're Farragut. Matter of fact, they're not even thinking about it. Admirals will go for it. Huge play in this football game. 4th and 2. Actually, the way the stick looks, it's about 1.5 yards. You cannot jump here. Farragut jumps over the football. Gibbs is the running back to the right of the quarterback, Dawson Moore. Now he goes in motion. He's going to keep it to the near side. Has the first down and more. And it will get down to the 15-yard line. Just the motion got Fulton's eyes going the wrong way, and Moore carries it on the right side for the first down. Big 4th down conversion for the Admirals.
But this whole drive has been set up by a short field off the return. Farragut not having to go far.
1st and 10 at the Fulton 14. Fulton's got to bow their necks here. Single back set. They give it to Gibbs. Gashes his way down to the 10. Right side. Sims in the area on the tackle. As he will get about 4 yards on first down. 10:40 remaining. 2nd down and 6. Farragut quickly over the football. Gibbs is the running back. They'll give it to him, and he will be swept down for a 1-yard loss. And then the ball came out. Fulton said they had it, and the official says no, he was down. So it moves it back to the 11. It'll be 3rd and 6. When will they try to go to Gibbs again? Or to Corum? Now they'll have a power eye set. On 3rd down. Fakes the handoff, rolls near side. They go to Corum. Corum is going to get it down short of the first down to the 6-yard line. Kind of little tunnel type screen to the near side. And it's going to be short of the first down yardage. You got to go for it here in this situation. 9:37 remaining. 4th down and 1 yard to go. Well, Fulton really needs the help of the folks down below, but they're too cold to get up. 4th and 1 at the 6-yard line. Farragut trying to take the lead. Can Fulton keep them out of the end zone? Moore in the shotgun. Corum goes in motion. They'll give it to Corum around the end. Corum will navigate his way into the end zone for the touchdown. On the jet sweep, we said we would see it at some point in time, and they got it. Jet sweep, Corum for the touchdown, and Farragut an extra point away from taking the lead. 3rd and 4th downs.
Does he miss it?
He's 27 of 28 on the year. Extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Farragut 21, Fulton 20. 9:05 remaining in the 4th quarter. 60-second break. We'll be back as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
3, 2, 1. Oh, no. Which button am I?
When every second counts, you can't wing it.
Guys, a little help up here?
In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So make a family home fire escape plan. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year so everyone knows what to do when they hear. Prepare your family at ready.gov/fire drill. Brought to you by FEMA, the Ad Council, and Make Safe Happen.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Well, we said the next touchdown might decide the game. Farragut got it. They're up by 1. Here's Kenny to kick it away. High, short kick is going to be fielded by Dexter Lewis. Lewis will be brought down as he gets it up to about the 33-yard line. And the Fulton offense will come out on the field, trailing now for the first time in quite a while, as it is 9 minutes remaining in the football game, and the Falcons will have it 1st and 10. Just Farragut just got what they needed there.
Well, it's the short field that set that whole drive up. If Fulton's able to actually stop the punt return,
yeah, the good return and then the penalty both.
You got to go 35 yards. I'd hope that they could score. Fulton's defense needed to step up and get a good stop, and it just didn't happen.
So a big critical possession for this offense. Marcellus Jackson at quarterback. Fulton will go with 3 receivers far side. They fake the handoff to Chenault. Here's Jackson near side. Turns the corner, 35. Steps out of bounds as he gets it past the 40 up to the 41-yard line. Gain of 8 on first down on the run by Jackson.
One thing I've noticed here so far in the second half is Farragut's not been as aggressive up front. They're waiting to read Jackson instead of attacking.
Yeah, while that may prevent them giving up the big home run 20-yard plays, being patient with Jackson will allow him to get 6-7 yards every time.
Second down and 2 from the 41-yard line. Jackson gets it. Handoff Chenault, right side. Needs a block, bounces it out. Chenault has the first down and more. Cuts it up. Flag is down in the secondary at the 49, and this will be coming back.
Yep.
I think a hold out front as Chenault turned the corner. It's way downfield, so it's not going to be as big of a loss as you would initially think. Yep. But still, it's going to negate a nice run.
Yeah, Dexter Lewis out front there with the lead block. Tripped up a little bit, and, of course, he flinched and held on a little tighter than he should have.
Chenault's fighting for his case, and the official is going to come to the sideline. And I think they're going to let him try to cool down just a little bit. And they're going to put Jarrison Gibson in.
Let's see what Gibby can do.
Emotional ball game here. 8:46 remaining. Farragut 21, Fulton 20. Peebles, Thomas, and Lewis, the wide receivers on the left side of the formation. Hayward in single coverage on the far side. Jackson gets the snap. Fakes the pass, is going to run with it, and he is going to have the first down past the 45 up to the 46 before he's finally brought down by Walker. That's 290 pounds, tackling 173.
And you made him work for it, too.
Marcellus is just so shifty with the football, and he keeps it in tight as well whenever he is shifting, so there's no risk to fumble the football. He knows how to protect that football whenever he is running.
Fresh set of downs for the Falcons at the 46-yard line.
Chenault back in for the Falcons.
Trip set near side. Farragut, 4-down lineman, set to rush. Low snap, it's on the ground. Jackson picks it up and runs with it. Here's Jackson with running room. First down and more, down to the 40-yard line.
Not bad for a blown-up play.
Well, that's from the outhouse to the penthouse there. As the snap was low, Marcellus dropped it and picked it up and ran it right up the middle for a first down into Farragut territory at the 40.
Low outhouse to the penthouse.
Low and to the left is where that snap was. Snap's got to get up, but a great heads-up play there by Marcellus to make the first down. That was huge. He was able to stop the snap instead of it rolling around and picked it right up and ran.
Trips will be to the right this time on first down. Handoff Chenault up the middle. Big hole. Here's Chenault to the outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. Touchdown. Big Maroon. Davion Chenault to the house from 40 yards out, and the Falcons retake the lead at 26-21.
Corbin, can you do me a favor and give him 6?
Well, you feel like you got to go for it again. I mean, you feel like you got to go for 2 here. You know, you've got all the momentum right now. You're able to run the ball at will. Just pound it in on them.
Heavy?
Their heavy may be heavier, though.
This is true.
They've got the beef on the defensive
line. They do.
line.
I mean, Walker.
They got some big boys.
Chenault's second touchdown run of the game. Falcons will go for 2 to try to make it a 7-point game.
Watch the
Fulton's
QB.
going to ask for a timeout on the snap.
Didn't like what he saw.
Yeah, so that'll be Fulton's second timeout. They'll have 1 left. But you got to
save that one.
This is a critical 2-point conversion here. 7:25 remaining in the ball game. Fulton 26, Farragut 21.
Well, this next series of events is critical. You've got to be able to get the 2.
This game is critical.
And then you have to be able to stop the return. And depending on where the return is, depends on the field position. Our defense plays better whenever Farragut is pinned back.
And you have to play penalty-free, too.
Yeah, what a ball game this has been. I think everybody was a little apprehensive coming in, knowing you're going against a 6A school, much larger, a team that's got maybe 3 times as many players as you do.
Maybe.
The situation at quarterback, Fulton got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but you have to really –
I think he's found his groove.
Yeah, you have to really be impressed with the way that this team has played and their ability to bounce back in this game, to have a lead here with 7:25 remaining in the football game. So Fulton takes the timeout. They'll have 1 left. Farragut has 3 timeouts remaining. Still a lot of football left to be played, and especially with a guy like Corum out there on offense for Farragut. Jackson at quarterback, Chenault the running back on the 2-point conversion. Ball snap from the 3. Jackson's going to keep it, trying to get around the end. And he will dive, and the ball will be fumbled into the end zone, and no good. Tried to get to the corner and didn't get it. Well, you had to there, because if Farragut scores a touchdown, you know they're making the extra point. So you had to try to make it a situation where they could tie it, and Rayshawn just could not get to the corner for the 2-point conversion. He reached it out, and the ball got knocked away. 7:25 remaining in the football game. Fulton 26, Farragut 21. As Jackson, he's about out of gas. And that's Chenault, actually, that's down. I think everybody's about out of gas. So now Coach Hump and the coverage team here, they've got to do a tremendous job as Farragut will drop back Corum and also Kiesling.
So we've been keeping eyes on the South Doyle Carter game, correct?
Yes.
You want to know what the score is?
Not really, but go ahead.
21-26.
In favor of who?
Carter.
Fulton with 403 yards of total offense on the night. Farragut 188. But Farragut's been aided by some good field position at times.
Field position and penalties definitely helped him out a little bit.
Fulton 9.4 yards per play on the night.
That's better than your 5, isn't it, Corbin?
I'll take that all day.
So here's Perez to kick it away. Fulton's going to put it in the hands of the defense. Perez, kick high and short. Going to be fielded on the 15. Kiesling with it. Kiesling bounces outside and will be spun down out of bounds, and Perez got him again.
I love when the kicker gets involved.
Up at the 36-yard line. Antonio Kyle was holding on for dear life, and then Kiesling got away, and then Perez came and finished it off. Players shaken up over on the far sideline, and I think that's Kyle again for Fulton. All the way over there on the Farragut sideline. So, guys, Farragut has pretty good field position here.
Not quite as good as their last go-around, but still not bad field position.
As they'll have it at their own 36 with 7:17 remaining. There's still a lot of football left, but this drive is critical.
This drive's very critical. I mean, if Fulton can get the ball back, they have a chance to run out the clock a little bit farther to make Farragut have to have late-game decisions. But right now, Fulton's got to make the decision to cover Corum. I mean, if you're Coach Courtney on the far sideline, I've got to get it into the hands of my playmaker right now. I've got to find Corum again and get him in the end zone for the 4th time tonight. I mean, that's got to be what Courtney's thinking on the far side. Over here, I know Coach McMillan is definitely thinking that's where they're going to go. So you've got to find a way to lock him up and put the football in the hands of somebody else.
Farragut's had so many near misses this year. They lost by 3 to West, by 3 to Cleveland, and 3 last week to Bradley Central. They trail now by 5 with 7:17 remaining in the football game. Farragut 3-5 on the year, but as we said, 3 of those losses by a field goal.
I mean, easily a 6-2 team.
Yep. 1st and 10 for the Admirals. Moore has been the quarterback most of the night. Single running back set. As Shiz in there as the running back this time. He'll move to his left. Wing backs on the right. Moore is going to keep it, and he's going to get about 4 yards up to the 40-yard line as he's brought down by the backside by Keenan Vaughn.
Ball was loose, but they called him down.
He'll get 5 yards up to the 41.
Fulton's got to do a great job here at stopping that read option.
Yeah, not letting Farragut have third and short.
They've thrived so far on third and short.
2 receivers near side. Back comes in motion. They dump it off to him near side. This is He has the first down and more. There is a flag down, and this may be a late hit against Fulton.
It's roughing for sure.
Personal foul, late hit against Fulton.
Yeah, can't be too surprised on that one. I mean, you're allowed, was it 1 step after the ball's released? Anything outside of 1 step is considered unnecessary.
And he gives Farragut great field position again at the 35 in Fulton territory. Just a horrible time for that penalty. Now you've got to beg for a turnover. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Farragut moving away from the scoreboard. She is the running back. They'll give it to him, and he will grind forward down to the 30. Fulton got him in the backfield, but he was able to slip through and get 5 yards. As we're down to 6:24 remaining in the football game. Fulton 26, Farragut 21.
Farragut's going to take their time.
Yep.
Grind out this Fulton defense. It's got to be the thing on the far sideline.
From the 31-yard line. She's still the running back. Moore fakes, throws the back out of the backfield. Pass is complete, and he'll get it down to the 15-yard line. First time we've seen the ball in the hands of the true tight end, Noah Gunner, as they threw it to him near side. And again, Fulton can't find a way to stop Farragut. What a run. A player shaken up for the Admirals, slow to get up, is going to be one of their best defensive players, Will Changas. Ball will be on the 45. Second down and 4 for the Falcons with 3:47 remaining. It's been a great ball game.
Yeah, from a fan standpoint of view, it's been a real good ball game. Whole lot of back and forth, big defensive stops, huge plays on offense.
Well, and you've got to give Farragut credit. They've dialed up the perfect play calls when they've needed to. And really just made it tough on the Falcons to get a stop. But does Fulton have one more drive? Farragut's lost so many close games. Good golly. Wouldn't it be a storyline for Farragut to lose 3 games by
less than a touchdown?
By 3 points, and then win one tonight, 29-26 by 3. And really the bad news for the Falcons was that missed extra point got the Falcons off schedule.
Yep.
And that's why instead of it being a tie game, it's a 3-point lead for Farragut.
Yeah. Also want to take time right now to give a huge shout-out to Wayne Rader, who's been listening and watching down in Savannah, Georgia, as his son Zach Rader used to help us. So shout-out to Wayne for staying with Falcon Nation and watching us all the way down in Georgia.
Changas will come off the field under his own power. And Fulton will get ready for a 2nd down and 4 play here. Three receivers far side. Hayward, the wide receiver, near side. Chenault, the running back. Marcellus Jackson, the quarterback. They give it to Chenault, and Chenault will be hit for only about a 1-yard gain. Van Acker makes the tackle, defensive tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and 3. Obviously 4-down territory here with 3:25 remaining.
South Doyle up again on Carter. That score right now is sitting 29-26 in favor of the Keys.
Fulton, 3 receivers far side. Farragut, 4 hands on the ground, coming after Marcellus Jackson. Jackson fakes the handoff, cuts near side, and will fall forward and be close.
Depend on the spot.
That's the first.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot. Up to the 46.
Oh, they marked him back.
Oh, but they've moved the chains.
They moved the chains.
First down, Falcons. On the run by Marcellus Jackson. 3 minutes remaining in the ball game.
I think if I'm going to have a heart attack, it's going to be in this game.
It's been a good one. 1st and 10. The running lane's been a little bit tougher here for the Falcons on this drive. Handoff Chenault. Chenault slips through, gets it up to the 50, not much more. Maybe a gain of 2, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And is Fulton trying to lull Farragut asleep? Walker with the tackle for the Admirals. It'll be 2nd down 8.
Fulton's going to have to get something and go. I mean, they're going to have to start picking up the pace. You've wasted 2 minutes right now, and you've only picked up 1 set of downs.
2:16 remaining. Yeah, you're going to have to hurry a little bit. 3 receivers to the right. Jackson gets the snap. He's going to keep it near side. Needs some blocking. 45 stays up and will step out of bounds close to the 1st down marker. Let's see. Didn't get a real good spot there.
Be about a 3rd and 2 upcoming, it looks like.
One official marked it up, one marked it back, and it's going to be 3rd and 2. But he stepped out of bounds, and that stops the clock. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. They need to get it to the 41 for the 1st down. So it'll be 3rd down and 2. 4-down territory, so Fulton will have 2 more cracks at it. Jerrison Gibson is checked in at running back here on this play for Fulton.
Got to think it's going to be a blocking
right
back.
Again. Jackson keeps it. Has a hole up the middle. Stays up. Breaks through a tackle. Stays up again and will get it down to the 24-yard line. What a run by Marcellus Jackson up the middle.
There's your big positive play, and credit, like we said right there, for the blocking.
They'll mark it at the 23.
Fulton's got to go, though. I mean, the chains get set up and the clock runs.
Yep.
We got to go.
Yeah, we're under 1:45 remaining. Fulton at the 23. Trying to come from behind and win it. Chenault back in at running back. Will be to the left of Jackson. 15 on the play clock. 95 seconds remaining. Low snap. They give it to Chenault. And Chenault will be spun down. A flag is down. I think we're going to get a face mask.
Please.
I hope
And
it's
now,
a face
what
mask.
about that?
And another
Thank
flag.
you.
As Chenault was trying to go down. And then he was thrown down. So we've got a mess on our hands right here.
God
Two
bless.
flags in two different places.
Ladies and gentlemen, get out the calculators.
A flag thrown at the 24, then a flag thrown at the 21, and then another flag thrown at the 28. So we got 3 flags down on the field.
Well, there's a hold. There's one in the area of holding.
But was that a...
Or it could have been face mask point of contact.
Looked like a face mask.
Yeah, but there's 2 in that area. I don't know.
I don't think there's any flags left.
They were thrown about the same time.
Let's see what we got.
All right, let's sort all this out. One group of officials going to talk to Eddie Courtney. Coach Rob Black's not going to get a recommendation. Personal foul, face mask, Farragut. Personal foul against Farragut again. It'll be first down Falcons, and let's see where the ball will be spotted.
Keep walking, keep walking.
Walk some more.
Keep walking.
Keep walking. Keep walking.
And
down to the 5-yard line.
I like that math.
Face mask Farragut, personal foul Farragut. And the few fans that are here are on their feet. It'll be first and goal from the 5. Fulton has 1 timeout.
Nick having to set us up for the wide angles. We can't sit down either.
Ball will be on the right hash mark. Now, the field goal's in play 2 here to tie it. First and goal from the 5. Jackson gets it. Pauses. Gets down. Touchdown! Broke through a tackle and got into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Maroon. Marcellus Jackson. With a minute 22 remaining.
Marcel said he ain't worried about no field goal, Coach. He said, I'm going for it.
Fulton 32, Farragut 29. What a drive with the game on the line. 3-point lead, and now Perez will attempt the extra point to take the field goal out of it. Farragut will have 2 timeouts in a minute 22, which is a lot of time, an eternity. But a big drive by the Falcons. Perez to attempt the extra point. Need this one badly. Snap. Kick is up by Perez.
It's good.
Right down Broadway. Timeout on the field. A minute 22 remaining. Fulton 33. Farragut 29. Back in 60 as you listen to Fulton football on WKCS Radio.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Tennessee, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always
Here's
practice
Perez to
in
kick it away.
sportsmanship.
Fulton leading 33-29 with a minute 22 remaining. Perez addresses the football. Squib kick down the field is going to be picked up by one of the upbacks. Cutting across the field and getting it up to the 35-yard line is going to be for Farragut, Jordan Shepard. So, seems like Farragut's had it at the 35 all night. Minute 16 remaining. I'm sure they're going to try to get it to Corum any way they can. But there's no need to panic. You've got 2 timeouts in a minute 16.
Yeah, I mean, there's still
They've got to go
lot
65 yards.
You got 76 seconds to make something happen. That's an eternity in football.
You can't give up.
Yeah, and right now, if I'm Courtney, I'm preaching to my players find the sideline.
Can't give up the easy one.
It's one-on-one on the outside.
Corum, the receiver near side. Back to pass. They throw
Wide
far
open.
side. They got a guy open. Complete down to the 39-yard line.
Wide open.
Far side, wide open. Alex Brown.
And you flip the field just like that.
Yep. 1:08 remaining.
And they're going to go quick. Fulton's got to get in position.
Two receivers near side.
Need a takeaway here.
1st and 10. Moore back to pass. A flag is down, and I think this is going to be against Farragut for an illegal procedure.
Wide receiver left early.
Stops the clock with 1:01. Boy, would it not be great to get one of those holding penalties that Farragut got about 5 of in the first quarter. Farragut quickly over the football. 1st and 15 at the Fulton 42-yard line. Moore drops back, pressure on, steps up, in trouble, blasted
Seth
by
Vaughn.
Seth Vaughn. And Moore a little slow to get up, and Farragut will be forced to take a timeout from the 44-yard lines where he's knocked down, and Farragut will use timeout number 2 with 47.4 seconds left. He was running around, and Vaughn got him.
How he did not fumble that, the world may never know.
Yeah, he brought the boom on that one.
He got clobbered. Credit to Seth Vaughn for finding the quarterback there.
And Seth very slow to get up here.
I think he fell weird on that one, but I think he fell on top of the quarterback is what it was.
As he's going to have to be helped off the field. That was boy, that was a big hit. Give Moore credit. He's a tough customer. And you have to think that's a blow for Fulton because you're probably not going to have Seth back in here.
Nah, he's cramping awful.
Got to drink that water.
Who will make the mistake? 2nd down and 16. 2nd and 16. Ball spotted at the Fulton 43-yard line. 47.4 seconds left. Corum's the receiver to the near side. Drops back. Pressure on again. Steps up. Looks to run. And he's just going to step out of bounds at the 39. He gets about 5 back, and it will be 3rd and long with 38.4 seconds left.
I want to know how these people in the stands are sitting down.
I know it. It's incredible. 3rd and 12. Fulton 33, Farragut 29. Farragut at the Fulton 39-yard line on 3rd down. He's got plenty of time.
There he is.
And dunk. Keenan Vaughn drops him at the 44, and Farragut will have 1 play left. It'll be 4th and super long. About 18.
If it ain't one,
Farragut uses timeout number 3.
If it ain't one Vaughn, it's another.
And he was held. A hold and a half and a sack for Keenan Vaughn right there. You defy the odds by getting held. You find the quarterback, you clear some time on his clock, and you say, guess what? Go for this one now, Coach Courtney. It's going to be a long drive here, but Fulton, we've already seen, been busted on the big play, so Fulton's defense has to come up big one more time right here.
And you can't give up the easy one to Corum.
And you can't have the flop pass interference either.
You know there's not going to be a holding call. There probably will be pass interference if it's even close.
Pass interference is definitely the more so getting called than what a hold would here.
They've got to get it to the 28 for a 1st down.
Like Seth Vaughn's
4th
out for
and
this play.
18 with the game on the line. 33-29. Fulton will rush 4. Back to pass. Dumps it off. Pass. Intercepted! Intercepted near sideline. Here's Chenault. Go. Ball down. Ball down, please. Chenault to the 50. He's brought down by Corum. Moore throws his first interception, and Fulton will take a knee, and they will come from behind
and flags
to beat
everywhere.
the Farragut Admirals. We've got flags all over the place.
Taunting. It's unsportsmanlike. It's taunting.
Chenault with the interception on the near side. He threw it up for grabs. Chenault made the pick, and the penalty will be unsportsmanlike against Fulton.
But after the play, turnover stands.
19.3 seconds left. Chenault with the interception, and Coach Rob Black's going to take a timeout here.
Settle down and get the victory formation ready.
All you got to do, and now you've got Marcellus Jackson here, 2 weeks at quarterback. You've got victory formation right here. You just got to smother the football somehow.
Lay down. Catch it and lay down.
So timeout Fulton. Moore threw it near side. He had a man down there, but it looked like it was a little bit overthrown, and Chenault made the interception. Instead of just falling down on it, he tried to return it, and Corum tried to rip it out from the backside near midfield, but Chenault was able to get to the ground. What a football game this has been. Fulton 33, Farragut 29. Fulton 1 knee away from going to 6-3 on the year and absolutely winning a gut-check football game over a snake-bit Farragut Admirals football team.
And not only that, Russell, this win secures an over 500 season for head coach Rob Black and the Fulton Falcons, something we haven't seen, and honestly, in 2 seasons. I mean, it feels like an eternity since we've seen over 500.
Yeah. Well, and you look at Fulton's got a win over 5A Central, 6A Bearden,
and 6A.
And if you get a knee here, 6A Farragut. They get it, they take a knee, and that will do it. What a victory for the Big Maroon. Wearing gray tonight. The clock rolls down to 0. Count it down at home. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How sweet it is. Fulton 33, Farragut 29 in an instant classic here at Bob Black Field as Coach Rob Black and Eddie Courtney shake hands, both Fulton graduates. What an incredible victory for this football team.
Russell, I mean, this victory you can put a huge stamp of approval on the season from all the doubters, all the fans that haven't showed up. I mean, everything that's been against you this season. You've beat 2 6A teams. You beat a 5A team. What more could you want from this football team? You know, they've defied the odds all season long. Quarterback goes out. He's no longer a part of the team, and now you got Marcellus Jackson in, and he's done such an incredible job filling the shoes. It's a night where we thought Fulton wouldn't get it done, and Fulton proved us, hey, we're here, and we're here to make some noise.
Yeah, I think right now this is an answer for all the doubters and the haters they've had this season.
Incredibly resilient. Fulton had to put a drive together with the game on the line after giving up really an easy touchdown to give Farragut the lead. And Fulton drove it, and then they got the interception at the end. Fulton 33, Farragut 29, win number 101 for Coach Rob Black. And here's Steve Diggs.
Coach, tonight we recognize you for 100 victory last week, but 101 is darn nice, huh?
Yeah, it's all about our guys. I'm going to tell you, man, that was a great win, a great effort, and you know, I love the way we came into this one with our backs against the wall, you know, going against a school that has 2,200 kids and us about 900, but our guys fought hard, man. I couldn't be more proud of them.
Yeah, a great Farragut football team tonight, too. And you saw some players on their side that gave us, you know, quite a fit.
Well, they did. You know, they're tough. You know, we know it. I'm going to tell you, our guys finished tonight, and that was the challenge, you know. And if you remember in chapel, we talked about that at the end, you know, and Jesus' last words were, "It is finished." And tonight, it is finished. And then we'll start back again next week.
Yeah, it's great to see our guys from earlier in the season to now and see the difference in their attitude and how they believe that they can win.
Well, they did. You know, and our guys came in with confidence, but I thought they just played their hearts out, man, and played with a passion, and that's you know, that's the challenge every week. And when you play with a passion like that and you get after it like that, good things happen.
And Coach, how nice was it to have a dual threat tonight and have Chenault and Jackson together?
And you know, that's tough to defend. And what makes it really tough is if you saw some of those holes open up tonight with that offensive line, man, it was pretty to see.
Yeah, great to see the offensive line. On the defensive side, coming off that edge tonight hard, Keenan really looked nice.
Yeah, I don't know if Keenan had 4 or 5 sacks or maybe more, I don't know, but he was all over the place in the backfield.
Coach, going against Carter next week, tell us what to expect and how important this game is to us going into the playoffs.
Well, you know, that is a huge game for us. It's a region game, and it's going to have a lot to do with playoff seedings and things like that, so it's going to be very important to us. We just have to have another good week of practice and then get ready to to get after it, Friday night.
And, Coach, lastly, I know you were glad tonight also to see that Hall of Famer, Tennessee Hall of Fame, Buck Coatney back tonight. Being recognized with you tonight is a special night altogether.
It was, and I got my start with Buck, and he was special to me then, and he always will be. What a great guy and what a great coach.
Well, Coach, thank you. Sorry you're yelling tonight, but this is loud down here tonight. This is great celebration.
It is. It's a lot of fun. Go Falcons.
Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy.
That's Steve Diggs with head coach Rob Black. And, Steve, I tell you, the grit of this Fulton football team tonight, it would have been easy to give up when Farragut got that easy touchdown to go ahead. But to go and there's a big celebration on the 50-yard line with Coach Black and the players. What a gutsy effort to come from behind and then get a stop to win the ball game.
Yeah, this was real football tonight. All the way around both sides of the field tonight. Great football. And I'll tell you, this is one of the biggest wins I remember in a while because it was a real football game. It was, just as you said, it was the grind, the grit. I mean, guys going after it tonight, playing solid all the way around. Great attitudes. I'm telling you all, down on this sideline, the way these guys are really pulling together is significant. And I counted at one time, I quit counting when Farragut was out on the field. I think I counted over 70 players on their sideline and looked over, and I think I counted 20, 25 on their sideline.
Yeah, there's not many, but to do what they did tonight is as you said, a great football game, but also for the Falcons, just a come from behind effort, making plays when they absolutely had to. Steve, I know it had to be fun to watch it on the sideline. I probably a little bit more nervous down there than we were up here.
Well, I can't calm down. I'll just tell you all, I had fun tonight. Just to let you know, I had fun. And you said a lot of people are missing out tonight. I hate for them not to hear us on the radio, though, Russell, but they need to be here. This is a fun football team.
They need to be here next week to support the Falcons against Carter in a huge game. A lot of happy people down there, Steve.
Yeah, great job tonight, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot. Steve Diggs on the sideline. Fulton improves to 6-3 on the year as they come from behind to beat Farragut 33-29. What a football game this was.
I'll tell you what, I think Steve's ready to put on some pads down there.
Yeah, and like Steve said, this is by far one of the best games I think we've called in quite some time. I mean, it's an actual football game that we had on our hands. Fulton battled all game long. You're knotted at 14 going into half. Farragut gets the ball. You get a stop. You take the lead, and you miss the PAT. I mean,
But you don't stutter
step. It was 21-20. Russell, I'm going to have to say it, but you were wrong. The next touchdown didn't win the football game. It took 3 to win this football game tonight, and Fulton
no prognosticator.
Fulton did get the last touchdown to win the football game, but ultimately the defense that we had been picking on, saying that the linebackers just got beat, the corners got beat, they ended up coming big. Proved me wrong, proved all three of us wrong, I think, because, I mean, we're sitting here dogging this defense, you feel like, on that last drive to let Farragut into the end zone, converted twice on fourth down, found pay dirt, and that right there I think says it all about this Fulton team. They fought and fought and fought the whole game.
This has been one of the best wins the Falcons have had to come from behind and win it. Lots of hugs, and this one feels, man, it's been a tough year in a lot of ways, just everything this team's had to overcome. We had that really great win against Central early in the year that you could smile about. The win over Bearden, which was one that you just kind of went, but tonight's one you can just celebrate because it's a great program in Farragut. 2 of the top 3 winningest programs in Knoxville here tonight. Farragut in second place, Fulton in third.
Fulton all-time. Closes in on one more game.
Closer. Mm-hmm. It was a 5-game spread coming in. It's now 4. But I tell you what, for the Falcons to win, Farragut, your heart kind of breaks for them because they played so hard tonight. They've got a good football team, and they've lost now 4 games, 3 by 3 points, and then tonight losing by 4, 33-29.
Yeah, you got to feel like for Farragut, they're really only missing like 1 or 2 things on that offense. I mean, quarterback play looks great. The line's phenomenal on both sides of the ball. I mean, that defensive line played dang near lights out for a good chunk of tonight.
I mean, it's not so much that Farragut's offense. I mean, they put up 29 points tonight. I mean, you put 29 points up, but
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just saying I feel like there's something
you're missing the fire. I get what you're saying.
That one little thing.
Yeah. I mean,
because from the way the rest of the team looked, there's no reason they can't put up 30, 40 points a game.
Offense is good and all, and it's flashy, and everybody loves the offense, but
you can't have a defense give up 33 points.
You know where my heart is. My heart's with the defense. You know, I'm a firm believer in
our heart is with those three we heard all night long, being Seth, Keenan, and Cam Stokes.
Defense is going to win you championships, and that's what I mean. Parker, you look at your years here. I mean,
it was always a good defense.
You won 3 state championships, but your first year, y'all lost 2 or 3 games that year.
And, 0-3, and then pretty much won out, lost third round to Greenville, and then after that.
The number one thing that sticks out in my head from your championship runs, I think it was the 2012 run when we went to West and beat West 27-20, I think was the final score that year. Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember that. But
back when you were a ball boy.
Yeah, it went down to the last minute. And West had the football, stormed the field because they thought they won, and ended up losing the game.
And that was credit to Coach Black, petitioning himself with the official as, hey, there's 2 seconds left on here. I'm not done yet.
Yeah, so that there just says a lot about what Fulton defense is about tonight. They showed up. I mean, you need a huge – you got a huge play that was given up, and – I mean, you could just see it on our faces. You give up a huge play right there to start the drive, flip the field, and we instantly go straight face. We're pale.
Why is the shirt you're wearing?
Lord, we're in for a good one here.
Mm-hmm. And it still was a good one.
It was a good one.
Fulton just managed to come out on top of this one.
But we thought, I think our facial reaction was more so.
It's going to be a long night.
It's going to be a long night. Something ain't going to go our way, but ended up Seth Vaughn gets a sack. Keenan Vaughn got a sack.
And
Fulton able to get the stop. You flush him out of the pocket. And then Davion Chenault, who's had an excellent game tonight. I mean, heck of a game in the backfield by Marcellus and Davion Chenault. And Davion Chenault comes up with the defensive play.
And you got to remember, this is Chenault that didn't get to play at all last week, too, so he's fresh.
And this Farragut team, oh, my word, they lost tonight by 1 possession. They lost last week by 1 possession. They lost to Cleveland by 1 possession. They lost to West by 1 possession. They lost to Beach by 2 possessions. 6 possessions. If they have 6 possessions back, easily, they're now 3-6 on the year. You give them 6 possessions back. My God,
do better here. I know for sure 2 of those were last-second kicks.
7-1 or something like that. I mean, this team is. Farragut's a great team.
It's like we've said, they're the best sub-500 team in the state of Tennessee.
And that's why we can celebrate this win. I mean, everybody's going to say, oh, you beat 3-6, now 3-6. 3-6 Farragut. What do you want?
Okay, they're a 6A team that almost beat an undefeated team last week.
They're a 6A team 6 possessions away from being 7-2. I mean,
being a number 1 seed.
I mean, you got to look at that. They're in a region with Maryville and everything. I mean, Maryville's Maryville. I mean, look at West tonight. They look like a Pee-wee football team playing against them. We look like even in the years of us playing them, we looked like a Pee-wee football team playing against them. Maryville's Maryville.
Go against Maryville. It's like you've got Alabama going up against Pop Warner. Sometimes it seems like it doesn't matter how good you are. Maryville's going to be Maryville, and Farragut's team, they're facing a Maryville every week.
And everybody's going to say, well, Alcoa's 3A.
Have you seen the size of Alcoa?
Do you also know that Alcoa, they have like 300 students, 400 students in their school, but like 300 of them want to play football. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other 100 of them cheer on the cheerleading team. I mean, hello. That's the issue.
No matter what capacity, the entire student body is there on a Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, it's Alcoa.
Yeah.
They're
playing
with Maryville.
Mm-hmm.
But and they play each other every year. That's a rivalry game. That's why that game is also so close. But tonight, I mean, the story is Fulton beats 6A Farragut. Now we're going to sit here and watch the end of the Carter game.
Yeah, a score on that one right now. Carter up ahead, 34-29 over South Doyle.
Ooh,
so that one's been a lot of back and forth. It was kind of knotted up right there, 21-20. Then it was 21-26, and now it's kind of a Carter and South Doyle right now are exchanging blows.
Yeah,
I knew Carter had a pretty long drive there for a second. Looks like they finally found the end zone. Be interesting to see how that one runs down because I think they're probably in the fourth quarter now, about halfway through.
Yeah, we were out of the third quarter and they
were in half.
They were still in half. They hadn't even started the third quarter. So we were trying to find it. I don't really know much.
See.
So we are
all right, and while you're trying to figure that out, I've got a couple finalized score here. You got Jefferson County. If they get 2.
I don't know who they play, though.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But turning it over to our stats tonight, a huge stat sheet here. Marcellus Jackson, 4 of 10 tonight for 67 yards in the air, 1 interception, which was early in the football game. But before we get started on that, let's go to the scoring report. Tonight, Farragut punched in first, 7-0 on the board after it was a completed pass to Coram for 22 yards. Davion Chenault answers the bell, 8 yards out, touchdown, Big Maroon, 7-7. Fulton gets their first lead of the night, 14-7, after Marcellus Jackson ran it in from 36 yards out. That was a touchdown. And then on the next one, it was, again, Coram in the end zone, 49 yards, tied the game heading into halftime. Right out of half, 4:48 left in the third quarter. Marcellus Jackson ran for 29 yards, told me to be quiet, and it was 20-14 after I said all Fulton had to do was pick up 4 or 5 yards.
And that's pretty much all they did the rest of the night from that point. You should say that more often. It seems like every time you say, all I need is 5 yards of play, and all of a sudden you're starting to see these big chunk plays.
As Scott Weisgarber is going to exit the building.
The goat man.
The goat man. Did you find your goat? Did you find your goat? It's okay.
Tied up out back.
It did make an appearance tonight. It was Coram again for a touchdown, 21-20. Farragut took the lead. Davion Chenault answered the bell again, 40 yards out, touchdown, Big Maroon, 26-21. However, Moore said not so fast. He throws another touchdown from 10 yards out. The 2-point conversion was good, 29-26, your score at that point.
That crossing route was lethal tonight for Farragut.
With 1:22 left in the football game, Marcellus Jackson ran it in from 5 yards out after Farragut had two penalties. That set Fulton up at the 5-yard line. 33-29 ended up being the score at that point, and that would be the final.
Score currently South Doyle 35-34, and pass dropped in the end zone.
So it's
South Doyle is still marching down the field.
It's a 1-point affair in Straw Plains. 5:50 left in the game. Fulton tonight, 446 yards of total offense. Farragut 252. Huge stat there for the Falcons. Falcons 67 yards in the air. Farragut got it done in the air tonight, 163 yards on 21 attempts and 16 completions. Farragut could not run the ball very well against Fulton tonight. 89 yards on 35 rushing attempts. Fulton ran the ball 41 times tonight. 379 yards for the Falcons, 9.2 per rush.
So what you're telling me is if we can get the ball out of the backfield, we're dang close to a first down every time.
Yes, Fulton had 24 first downs tonight. Farragut 13. Farragut completed 4 of 16 third down. Fulton completed 2 of 8. And Farragut, the money down, fourth down, 3 completions on 4 attempts. That was the biggest stat line of the night, I think, for Farragut. On the receiving end on the passing end for Fulton, Marcellus Jackson, 4 completions, 10 attempts, 67 yards, 1 interception. Marcellus Jackson, leading rusher tonight, 22 attempts, 267 yards. 12.1 was his average, 3 touchdowns. Davion Chenault found pay dirt twice tonight, 127 yards yet again this season. I believe that's either his 5th or 6th time for the Falcons this year. Jason Hayward, 1 reception, 40 yards. That helped flip the field for Fulton. And Carter just now returned the kickoff to the
Just shy.
4-yard line. Holy crap, that's a shootout.
What's defense?
Two receptions for Antonio Kyle, 24 yards.
It was an 82-yard return for the
82 yards
Hornets.
return, says
Wow.
our stat man, Nicholas Slagle, in that game.
Nick is much like Robert Sheffield down in the studio. He does it all.
Marcellus Jackson's got to be up for Player of the Week again.
He has to.
I mean, the man had 67 yards in the air, 267 yards on the ground.
You know, this is only his
And
second game at
then
quarterback.
led the team in tackles tonight with seven total tackles, 5 solo.
But not far behind him, though, was the rest of that defensive front seven we talked about.
Yeah, Keenan Vaughn, Seth Vaughn, Bill Anderson, Cameron Stokes all had 4 or more tackles. And tackles for loss, my God, Keenan Vaughn, 5 tackles for loss.
Yeah, the Vaughn brothers right now were in the backfield all night long, it seemed like.
All night.
But that is your stat line tonight for Fulton versus Farragut. The huge stat line, of course, the scoreboard. Fulton gets the win tonight.
And touchdown, Carter.
Touchdown, Hornets. Carter gets the win tonight. Fulton gets the win tonight, 33-29.
Flag on the play for Carter.
As we're going to wrap things up here and try and catch the end of this football game, Fulton gets the huge victory tonight over 6A Farragut, 33-29, as we are now joined by Russell Mays to send us home.
What a night by the Fulton Falcons. An incredible performance by Marcellus Jackson at quarterback. Over 200 yards rushing. That total for him was 267 yards. Chenault, 127. Marcellus, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Chenault with 2. And was just a gut check performance by the Falcons. 446 yards of total offense. The Fulton defense played tough. Boy, felt like they gave up some easy touchdowns where Farragut just took advantage, made good plays, but they held Farragut to 252 yards of offense on the night, and the offense made the drive that they had to do to win, and the defense got the interception. As Fulton comes from behind, as with 4:07 remaining in the ball game, Fulton was trailing 29-26 to Farragut, but then a 5-yard touchdown run by Marcellus Jackson gives the Falcons the win, 33-29. Just a very happy night here at Fulton High School as Fulton improves to 6-3 on the year. Farragut drops to 3-6. They have a good team. They have just been snake bit, losing a lot of close games this year. For the Falcons, they're 4-1 in the year as they finish their non-region. Boy, it's such a tough non-region schedule. You finished up 4-1. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, with the way their schedule's laid out,
yeah.
It's almost like you're praying for a region game, just hope to get an easier opponent.
Yeah, it's a great home schedule this year and a really tough non-region schedule, having to play people like Central and West, Farragut, Bearden. You know, when we made the schedule out, I thought, oh, goodness, I don't know if we're going to be able to make it all the way through playing all these big schools, but they've found a way to do it. Win number 471 in school history, their 7th consecutive win over Farragut, and their 2nd win over a Class 6A school this year as Fulton knocked off Bearden earlier this year. And Fulton wins tonight over Farragut 33-29. Career win number 101 for Coach Rob Black as the Falcons now 9-1 all-time against the Farragut Admirals. That's a hard stat to believe considering that Farragut's got more than twice the number of students that Fulton has. But Fulton all-time 9-1. The only win for Farragut in the series, 1972. Incredible victory. Now we turn our attentions to Carter next week. Carter trying to upset South Doyle.
Yeah, Carter just found the end zone.
Yep, 42-35. They got a 2-point conversion to go up by 7. This is a wild ball game. Carter's going to throw it around, and that's going to be a test for the Fulton defense. We need you to be here next week, and we appreciate you watching. But we need you to be here and to be loud and to support this Fulton team. They're playing their hearts out. They played their hearts out tonight. They need, for senior night, they need folks here loud and on their feet, making noise to support this football team. So I'm going to make a all call for Falcon Nation to come out and support this football team that made us proud tonight. They've made us proud all year long. Well, they need your support, and it will mean a lot to them to have a lot of folks in maroon up in the stands to support them next week. It'll be Fulton versus Carter. Carter's having an outstanding season. Carter, if they can win, they'll be 6-3, so it could be a matchup of two 6-3 teams battling for playoff positioning. It'll be a very important game, one of the most important Week 10 games that we've had here in the last few years, as we typically sometimes play Carter in Week 10. I remember, I think it was 2012. When we played Carter here, and Carter was undefeated, and it was the biggest crowd I think we've ever had here for a Fulton football game, and Fulton won on that night. So we look forward to seeing the Carter Hornets next week. We hope to see you here, but if you cannot make it, we hope that you will join us here on WKCS Radio and our WKCS YouTube channel. We want to thank everyone who makes these broadcasts possible here on WKCS Radio. Robert Sheffield is in the studio. Also, we want to thank Winslow Borovich, who is on camera. Also, Christian Heath assisted on camera this evening, along with Scott Weisgarber. Chris Mays is our statistician. Nicholas Slagle is our technical genius who holds everything together tonight and makes these broadcasts possible. Jackson Powell, Parker Hall, and Corbin Carver you heard on the broadcast tonight. So for everyone here at WKCS Radio on this winning night, Fulton 33, Farragut 29. Until we talk to you again next week, this is Russell May saying thanks for listening to Fulton Football on WKCS Radio. Good night, Reagan. Good night, Anderson.